See?
Yeah.
I'm just a mother.
Yeah.
M-I-M-P.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the Angry Alan Social Club in full effect.
Mother M-I-M-P.
Angry Alan Malta Tour.
Don't know what you heard about me. See?
Angry Alan in full effect.
Just a mother M-I-M-P.
Fucking hell. Can it fucking take a joke, anyone? Anyone cheer the fuck up these days? Anyone take a fucking... I didn't know I was going to say this at the start, to be honest. I didn't actually know I was going to say this at the start. I didn't realise until I went live that I was going to actually... now it's live. I guess we've started. I guess I can't take this back. Because it's live. If I recorded it, I could take it back anytime I wanted. This is live. Live. We're doing it. Fucking I said it. Can no one take a fucking joke these days?
I don't know what you heard about me.
It's like they don't know what goes on YouTube.
M-I-M-P.
It's like they don't know. It's like they haven't had a good look around YouTube. They think I'm bad. So they haven't had a good look around YouTube. Anyway, what we're doing today is we're going to be dealing with Angry Alan's and Eddy and Angry Alan's vinyl breakdown. Because Angry Alan's going live at 9:30, so we're going to be here doing that. So if you want to watch Angry Alan, Angry Alan's got a drama going on, we're going to see what's happening. Don't need to watch him. Watch our channel. We'll talk about it. We'll pause him. We'll talk. We'll let him roll. We'll talk. So don't worry about fucking Angry Alan's dealing with the dog tag gate. Like, he wants viewers on his channel. We'll take them. Thank you very much. Come here. Hey in chat, how you doing? Keely, Mr. Smith, Luby Lou, Drama Llama, Lucia Olsen, London Girl, Mary, Debs, Mary Lee. We're back on YouTube, out of YouTube jail, so no one gonna get me now. Here we go.
I'm just a mother M-I-M-P.
Here we go.
I'm just a...
The wig will come out later. We'll get the tippies on if you want the wig. Tippy for the wig. I'll put the coffee.com settings, my page. I'll put that in chat so you'll get... This is just like a bit of housekeeping at the start. I hope you're all having a cheerful day, because we're going to have a cheerful day here, I'll tell you that. I'm not going to go down the fucking rabbit hole. We're going to go down the fucking, all right, chill out, have a laugh. No, that's going to be... if that's up your street, that's fine. I'm going to deal head on today. Head on with what was said about me by Eddy. Oh my god, Eddy said something about the super chuffer. Oh my god, he's the super chuffer. And Eddy said something about him. So I'm going to deal with that head on. That won't be a problem. That'll be fine. And I'm going to deal head on with what's going on between Eddy and Alan as well. So we'll have a look at that. Of course, I've been banned off YouTube for live streams for the last couple of weeks, haven't I? Since Eurovision, I've not been able to do a live stream. I don't know if everyone realised this. I think they might have just thought I decided to stop uploading on Super Chuffer and just bang Alan, because they're a bit confused, right? Let's just get this confusion out of the way first. I've been on live stream jail. I'm so grateful to be back thanks to the Mimps. They know who they are. They know about the money we gave to charity. They know what we've done. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not going to bang on about it over and over again, but thank you for that. And now we're back on. So my first live back was nothing to do with any of this bullshit. And my lives and my Super Chuffer channel is nothing to do with any of this bullshit. We talk Nicola Bully, we don't talk Alan, we don't talk drama necessarily. We've got a proper channel there. But I've also got several other channels. Oh, he's got several other channels. It's still him though. Yeah, it is. But when I do ASMR and I'm whispering into a microphone about fucking cereal or something, like, no one's judging me on that. So why are they judging me on the other channel? Oh, it's still you though, it's still you. Yeah, it is still me. But I put it on the other channel so you don't have to fucking watch it if you don't want to, you chuffer. Like, you nutters. If they get eggy about this, I can't help them, because they've come here to watch it on Battery Exhausted. This is the B-side channel where we have a right laugh and we talk about any old chuffer on the internet who's a nutter. Like, it's not just Alan, it's Darkside Phil, it's Martin Leaker, it's Boogie, it's other people. We talk about some of these YouTube nutters. That's the internet. Well, welcome to the internet. I will have to be your guide. The thing is, I think they can differentiate between the channels, Eddy, but it's still me, isn't it? So it's like I'm hiding behind something. Scotty's hiding behind a different channel. No, it's still Scotty. Yeah, but he put it somewhere separate so you don't have to watch it. So it's not contaminating, because we're still going to talk about it. Get off my dick, right? They talk about it on their channels. Eddy's decided to shut down. He hasn't shut down his channel. He stopped making videos, yeah? So that's his choice. My choice with the Alan stuff was to make some videos about Alan. Eddy's made one. He's talked about him. I've done quite a lot more. That's my choice. No, I don't care. I don't care what they say. I'm happy with my choices. Like, if you really get eggy about, oh, Scott's such a good chuffer on the true crime and he shouldn't do this. Well, I'm not allowed to play my guitar either then. I'm not allowed to go swimming. Just concentrate on what you should be doing, Scott. Nobody tells me what to do. I think the advice is good and I respect Eddy. Let's get that clear right from the tippy top. I think the advice is good, I respect Eddy. If I had been able to be on my main stream last week, I would have been, but I wasn't, was I? So instead, what I did was I got all the old stuff that we've been talking about Alan, and I don't think they understand this. These videos are several, like, clips from Alan, like, we've been doing it for 2 weeks, and they're clips from the other live streams we did on Twitch. So I did some Twitch live streams, and I clipped it and put it on there. So they're not even new. It's not like I've been doing lots and lots of Alan streams and neglecting the other stuff. It's that I haven't been doing any streams. So I think they're a bit confused on that. But now that confusion's over, I'm glad that we've got that, like, we've got that over. What we're going to do today is we're going to listen.
Again. I couldn't be happier.
Swish! And then whoosh, we'll have to change that.
Sophos sent tippies. There's only one Scott. There's only
Big
one
ups.
Scott. He'll be walking along singing in a Super Chuffer wonderland.
There's only one.
Super Chuffer
Super
owes 3
Chuffer.
hugs.
One Super Chuffer. Right, I'm going to get on this. I'm going to change the Tippy's picture. That's what I'm going to do. So while the room fills up and you all say hello to each other in chat, tonight what we're doing is we're listening to Eddy's video. Not all of it, just parts of it, you know, the bits that are important. We're dealing with what Alan's done. And then we're going to roll on, and it might be a break in the middle, so we can all have a little bit of tea and a break. And then at 9:30 we'll be on live to detracting Alan again, so that you don't have to watch Alan's rubbish. You can just watch us instead, and we'll take it to pieces. So we'll have a good laugh tonight. That's the deal. Could have done a serious main show on my main channel, but instead we've decided to have a good laugh. Right, so in chat now, you've got the chance now. I usually make people pay money for this, but you can fucking do it what you want. What do you want, right, in chat for the GIF? Anyone in chat now for the GIF? We're going to change the picture that comes up for the tippies. What sort of picture do you want? Anyone in chat say now and I'll pick it and I'll use it. Did Alan threaten me? I don't think so. I don't think he can threaten me. I don't think he's able to threaten me. I mean, he can threaten me by saying words, but I don't think it threatens me by making me feel bad. In reality, AD and Super Chuffer are big mates on WhatsApp. He won't even come on the stream to have a chat. I've invited Eddy on as well, you know, if he wants to come and bear that in mind, you know, tonight. I've invited Eddy on as well. They can come on, any of them can come on at any point and talk to me. That's fine. I don't mind. Alan wouldn't be mates with me on WhatsApp, though, because he wouldn't be able to spell his messages. Eddie's got the hump with everyone, yeah. What do you want? Cat with paws, somebody said. Winston. I can't get Winston. It's gifts out of the internet. It doesn't have Winston. We'll go for cats, and I'll put paws. That's what you've chosen. And I'll try and pick a different one so it's a bit different, but it's still a cat with paws. So there'll be some, ooh, that one's it's got claws. I don't know if people will like that. Well, this one's got, that one's ideal. It's taking the monies. I'll use that one. Right, so we've got a new one of them now. That's fine. If you want to tip me, buy me a coffee. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Let's get into the meat and two veg of what we're doing. This is my little advert on, I wanted to play this. But I can't, it's the music. So you'd have to listen to that on Twitter. Little advert for what we're doing tonight. We're moving too fast, better step back. Do you remember that song? Fucking Chuffer. Shouldn't swear. Ruined it. You're moving too fast. Do you know that song? The situation moves fast. Right, I can't play it because of copyright, obviously. So, but, ooh, you're moving too fast. Better step back those eyes. I'm not giving her no love tonight. You know that song, yeah? Right, well, that's what's happening now. It's all moving fast. He's on at 9:30. I ain't got time to get on and fucking ripping a new one before he starts charting out the old one. Jesus. Okay. Where does this start? I'll tell you where it starts. This video here. We all know it. You know it. I know it. Now, those who watch me on Twitter during my banning from YouTube, during my Eurovision enforced jail, those who watched that knew that we'd already discussed this. And what I said when I saw this episode of Alan's was, oh my God, he's doing Eddy's content. I mean, I could get the clip and bring it up and all that, but people know that no. You know, people know that no. So those of you in chat that know that we're there, you know. And if I have to get the clip up and prove it to anyone, I can, because it exists. But I can't be arsed with it, because I'm not that pedantic. But we all know that when I saw that, I said, oh my God, Alan is now doing Eddy's content. Because Eddy brought up the fucking thing with the dog tag. That was Eddy's thing on Eddy's channel. That's like a big thing of Eddy. Like Eddy brought this, like no one else was talking about it. He came up with this on his own. It's Eddy's thing. I don't care if it's public information and whatever now. No. It's Eddy's thing. Like, just get off your phone. Does anyone want to hear it like it is? Does anyone want to, like, oh yeah, but legally and with copyright and plagiarism? It's Eddy's thing. Eddy brought it up. It's Eddy's thing. Like, for Christ's sake. Like, when I saw it, I thought that's really interesting. I could do a video reacting to Eddy's thing. But actually, you know, it's Eddy's thing. So, like, I'm just going to shout him out and say, Eddy's got good ideas. I like his channel. big ups Eddy. And that's where I left it, because if everyone wants to go and watch it, good. Like, and we can discuss it at a later date maybe, but like while things are still bubbling up and people are putting forward their different theories and ideas on YouTube, and you know, I'm looking at the body language, and Eddy's got his we'll talk about that in a minute. I was going to say sources, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And armchair detectives, like, you know, scratching his ass. Like, between us, we're putting forward our ideas, and like that's Eddy's thing. Get back in jail, you subscribe to Twitch. I will be on Twitch playing games. That's where I play games. So I'm glad you subscribed. I will be on there. They're playing games here. Armchair Detective and fucking Eddy now, aren't they? So let me break it down. We all know this, yeah? You were all in chat. Big ups ABC. You all know this in chat, don't you? Right, let me just hear some yeses in chat for this concept. This was Eddy's video that Alan presented as his own. The information here came all from Eddy. Alan and Eddy said, and you know, bear in mind, right, I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. So if Eddy said he emailed Alan, that's fair enough. If Alan said he emailed like, if Alan tells me he fucking wrote a Christmas list, I don't believe him, because I don't believe anything Alan says. Eddy, I don't, like, let's get this top tier, right? I don't know him. I've never met him. He's not on some sort of like polygraph test when he's making his videos. He's a chuffer on the internet making videos like I am. I don't even know if his picture is Eddy. Like, I've never met him. I can't. So he'll say things on the internet like, I've sent Alan an email, and I'll just go, okay, and I sort of take it as read, and I trust you for your word. Because Eddy's not let his word down. Eddy's not broken his word, not been caught in a lie. So in general, I sort of go, okay, that's fair enough. Some things I kind of go, because it's the Nicola Bulley investigation, well, I'd like to see receipts. He gets his egg on about it, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. But we all know, yeah, everyone in chat knows, you're all saying yes, yes, yes. This is Eddy's content, yeah, and Alan has presented it as his own. And Eddy has told Alan, it said it in a video, I've emailed Alan with this stuff, but like, don't use it, it's secret, behind the scenes stuff. Like, that's the situation that we know has happened. Like, Alan's already said it himself. He was like, I'm talking to Eddy's, like, before. Do you remember when Alan referenced him in a video? Again, I could get all the clips if everyone wants the receipts, I can get all the clips. But, like, Alan said, Eddy sent me an email. I've got some information. I can only share certain things. Like, they're clandestine behind the scenes. We know more than you. But this was the stuff. Everyone knows this. Who is Eddy? Says someone in chat. Fair enough. We're going to get onto that in a second. Right now, in fact. Right? But we all know that what Alan did was he just used Eddy's material as his own, finessed Eddy, essentially. That's what the term is, finesse. Like, you know, you're taking your steel and you finessed Eddy. And Eddy's already got his egg on about it. He's already got his egg on about it. Eddy's vinyl break. He's already said, I'm just bringing you up to speed because I haven't got time to go through every fucking last clip for the last 2 weeks. I'm not a fucking... Do you know what I mean? Like, this is not a court of law, nor is it a schoolyard, so I can't be arsed with it. But Eddy's got the egg on, because we know he has, because he said before, Alan, stop nicking my videos, you chuffer, and let's just move forward. He wasn't... Eddy's the most diplomatic of all of us, because for some reason, and I'm surprised sometimes, he doesn't... Like, he's been so kind and taken his time and been soft with it, and whereas I'd just be like, Alan, immediately. When Alan stole my video, I was straight on him. I was like, who the fuck are you? And I told him to take it down and give the money to charity. He didn't give the money to charity that he made off it. And he did take it down. And I said, keep my name out of your mouth and my content off your channel. The minute my content went back on his channel, I'm on the fucker. I'm on the bitch. Arm me with the mic on the hill. I can see an MC on the hill. Approach with caution. He could be ill. Quick. If we get infected, I want my DJ selected. Strafe and Sterling sat next to Technics. Like, this guy's dumb and he's done. Like, I'm going to rip him a new one, and I'll keep ripping him. He's a lol cow. He's done so much stuff that's ridiculous and funny, and he looks like an arsehole on the internet all the time. Like, he's got this huge catalogue, 145 videos of him singing songs, different songs. Like, Alan is a goldmine for content. It's funny, it's a laugh. He's a lol cow, which means he does stupid stuff and we laugh at him, and he's a nasty chuffer. He's a narcissist, a thief for stealing. Like, Eddy's just had the same problem as I've had. The guy's stolen some of his content, yeah? My response is this. That's my response. It's going to stay. I'm going to keep the volume up. Like, Alan's not got off the hook from me. What are you going to do? Like, we'll discuss what Eddy says about it. Eddy's choice here, after calling him out publicly, is to make this video. And this video basically says, I'm not going to be doing it anymore. I've had enough. So we'll listen to what Eddy's got to say, and I'll talk about it, yeah? Deal? It's called React. Fair use. So I'm not copyright stealing anything. This is Eddy's words, but I'm going to be React fair use, yeah?
is the one that he had decided to say hello to our wonderful audience. Hello, everybody. It's so nice to...
And for the sake of brevity, I am going to speed him up a little bit, and it will be fine. Trust me. Let's have the best quality, and let's have the playback speed at 1.25.
Be back again. It's a sad one, this one today, Eddie, isn't it? Very, very sad, Grandad. Didn't know exactly how we were going to do this video, so I thought what I'll do is just put Molly and her family. Now, let me tell you what's happened and what's gone wrong. I have been making many videos, and as you know, I went through a phase of doing loads and then I deleted quite a few of them. I've been getting blasted by quite a few people. Earlier on, I got blasted by Nicola's family and her friends as well.
Right, I'm going to pause that there.
Grandmaster Sid
Big
Sokov
ups.
sent tippies.
Big ups!
Everybody in the main cell block was dancing to the Super Chuffers jailhouse rock #hash.
That's like 2
Super
tippies.
Chuffer owes 3 hugs.
Thank you. If we get like 10 tippies, I'll put the wig on. How about that? You will love the wig. I want the wig on myself. In fact, I'm going to start with a cheeky bit of a wig wear for a little bit, because like I think it helps people remember who the fuck I am. Also, all my talking and ranting. Big up Sarah in the house. Right, so Eddy's immediately said he made these Nicola Bully videos and he's been attacked by the family from Nicola Bully themselves. Right, that's a conjecture that I'm not able to verify. Now, I kind of trust Eddy at his word because he's never lied to my face or on a video. I've never caught him out in a lie, right? But what Eddy said is he's been attacked by Nicola Bully's family. Now, I've not had an email from Nicola Bully's family. I've not. But if someone sent me an email saying, hi, I'm Nicola Bully's dad, or hi, I'm Nicola Bully's mom, or hi, I'm Nicola Bully's sister, or anyone, I'd say, hi, Emma, Paul, can you please convince me that it's really you and not just Emma and Paul trying to bullshit me around, or some nutter on the internet trying to bullshit me around? I would need full verification, right? Eddy might have that full verification. I don't know. And this is where he gets his egg on a little bit. So I'm able to get ahead of this because I know what he's about to say. But like, I don't have that full verification. I just don't. Do I trust Eddy that the emails he's receiving are really from the people that he says they are? I trust he thinks they are. I don't know his verification process. So he might just be receiving an email, and this might be doing Eddy a lot of disservice. Maybe Eddy's not this, naive. So I would assume he's not this naive. But then I don't know what it takes to prove, and I don't know what proof he's got. So let's just say that. So everything Eddy says about being in connection with Nicola's family, I take with a pinch of salt, because I cannot believe it to be 100% fact, because there's nothing to back up that. Eddy never presents anything to back it up other than the information he has is pertinent to this case. So how would he know the information if he wasn't in touch with the family? And Eddy himself will say he envelops it in the content. So we'll dig that out today, but let's just make that clear from this point early on. He said he's in touch with the family. I don't know if he is or not. If it was me and I got an email, you would have to go some to prove that you are the family before I even take you seriously. Because a lot of nutters send me a lot of emails.
They didn't want me to make any videos at all, and because my narrative was opposite to what the police's narrative was, I should say, they got quite upset. Now, I'm just talking today. I'm not going to do any editing. I'm just going to tell you how it is.
Can you hear everything all right? Because there's 2 kinds of music playing here now, with Eddy's music and my music. Can you hear everything all right?
I decided at that point that maybe the best thing to do would be to delete the videos, and I deleted them in good faith. I thought, yeah, they're right, let's just step away. But what happened was, when I stepped away and I deleted those videos, I made loads of videos. I mean, the ones that stick out for me.
There's a picture of her and her dad here, you see. Like, Eddy's telling us he's enveloped the ideas in the video. Like, am I to read into this that he's in touch? Let's be honest. Listening to Eddy's back catalogue, I have come to the conclusion that Eddy would like me to believe that he's in touch with their dad. The dad. Like, he's mentioned Ernie a few times. He's given a certain piece of information. I believe that what Eddy's telling me is that Eddy's in touch with Ernie behind the scenes. And I'm to trust that information because Eddy's in touch with Ernie behind the scenes. Now, the problem I've got is that I don't have Eddy saying it directly. I've only got Eddy alluding to it. He'll tell me why later on in this video, and I will talk about that when he gets to it. But I've only got Eddy alluding to it, folded into his videos. So it's like I'm digging out the information out. I'm reading between the lines of what he said and making a fact out of an inference. And I don't like that, because I'd rather just see some kind of evidence that this is happening. I can understand later why he says that he can't show us, but you understand why I would like that. And Eddy will understand. He'll be listening to me say this and he'll think, oh, like, chuffing, I can't show you this, and he'll be getting annoyed about it. But he'll understand why, because there's so many people on the internet talking shit. There's so many fishwives at the bus stop talking shit. There's so many things that people have said. The other day, Paul Ansell got arrested, didn't he? But everyone was talking about it and it turned out to be shit. Like, it's just, there's so much shit that I have this like first. It doesn't matter who you are on the internet. Like even my friends in the detractor sphere, like I have to take at face value. But there must be a filter.
Again. I couldn't be happier.
Swish and then swoosh.
Grandmaster Sid Sophos sent tippies. All the kids in the Kung Fu class asked me yesterday if that was really your hair. I told them yes it was. Super Chuffer owes 3 hugs.
Don't show me to kids, you nutter. But yeah, all good in the hood. I like a bit of Kung Fu. Kung Fu's fucking cool as well. So Eddy is giving me the idea that he's in touch with this guy, but everyone on the internet, I have to have a filter of, I 80% believe what you say, but 20% of these people are talking rubbish. So I don't know, you know, I take it as a theory and an idea, and I put it in a box of maybes. And I've said before, if it comes to light that what Eddy's saying is backed up by this factual evidence from the father, I will 100% get behind it and say, yeah, absolutely right, 100% Eddy. You know, as soon as I see that and get a sniff of it, even if someone sent it me behind the scenes, which has not happened, I would, you know, maybe people don't feel they could trust other people sending things behind the scenes because they might publicise them. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. But like, if I did, I would. But I can't because I can't. So that's fair on me. It's not unfair for Scotty Hottie to have a bit of a 20% of I don't know about this and to not take it as a fact and present it in his own content. I've never presented Eddy's ideas in my content for 2 reasons. One, they're Eddy's ideas and they're his content and we can talk about them and reference Eddy and like bring him on the show, but I'm not just going to present his stuff as my own. But 2, until there are some things that are guaranteed facts, like the dog tag was or wasn't on the dog. I was nearly there when I could we or couldn't we, you know, if you could just see a photograph of it not being on the dog, I can present that like, yes, look what we found, but it's quite close to being nearly 100%, but it's, you know, still not. So you see where I'm going with this, yeah? Okay.
Videos where I brought Jonathan Creek into it, and the one I'm going to be talking about today, the dog tag. About 3 months ago I made a video about a dog tag. Anyway, after a barrage of abuse and all kinds of nonsense, loads and hundreds of emails telling me to bugger off and go away.
I don't know who they're from and whatever. I don't get hundreds of emails myself from all this. So again, like Eddy's telling me he's getting hundreds. I get a lot of inbox notifications on my Twitter and all this stuff. Maybe he's only got one inbox and it's all going to the one place, and I get a lot of like, you know, various messages in different places. But hundreds is a lot, and I don't get any abuse. So I thought we were saying similar stuff. I'm surprised.
What happened was a lot of the investigating I'd done, a lot of
PMG Kid sent tippies.
And then swoosh.
Super Chuffer owes 3 hugs.
Big ups PMG Kid. I'm going to whip the wig off for a little bit now because it's making my head hot. And then if you want the wig on, someone's going to have to like specify it in the tippies. I'm not withholding the wig for tippies. I'm just making a joke out of it because Darkside Phil charges people to wear a hat. Anyway, look.
Stuff I was churning out started to be more probable. My goodness me, people were saying that guy from Eddy's Vinyl Break, a lot of the stuff he's doing seems to be coming right.
Yeah, well, not seems to be coming right, but seems to fit. Because like, there's nothing come right yet, has there? But seems to be like when we create these narratives, these hypotheses. When we create these narratives, if things fit and you can fit all the pieces into them, that's good. If things don't, that's bad. And with Alan's stuff, you can never quite make everything fit, can you? Everything's a different week, everything's new and changed different weeks. But with Eddy's stuff, it's like one consistent story and it all fits. With my stuff, it's one consistent story and it all fits. It's a different story, whether she left the house that morning or whether she got, like the differences between me and Eddy. I think she might have been murdered somewhere else and then they faked the whole school run. But Eddy seems to think that they definitely took the kids to school and then she was given the phone to Emma and that, and then she was bunked off. So there's that slight difference in the narrative. Other than that, we both think she was bunked off, both think she was murdered, both think that Paul done it, both think that, I mean, Eddy won't say this necessarily, but I can say it because I watched his stuff and this is what I think he's
Christine
saying.
sent tippies.
And then swoosh.
Just tuned in, love the Wig Wingman Red Heart hash.
He's coming back, don't worry.
Super Chuffer owes 5 hugs.
Eddy doesn't want to quite say this stuff, but he kind of came close the other day. But I have invited Eddy on. I have directly in his comments. I said, just come on the show and talk to me. Because then it's fair, isn't it? Then we can just have a dialogue and probably not a row. And I've invited Alan on. They're all free to talk. This is not like, me having a go and they can't defend themselves. They can come on now if like they're getting chat and they're desperate. So the aspect of it is, like, I think Paul, I think with an accomplice, I think shagging Emma. Eddy, not so certain on the Emma thing, but definitely thinks Paul, and he thinks murder, and we're all on this, aren't we? And the dog is a decoy and all that. Like, we're all together on most of the stuff. The only difference is exactly whether she left the house in the morning or was murdered the day before, like I think, or as Eddy thinks, she was taken away that day. Like, that's the difference. But we're both on the same page and the same track, essentially, aren't we?
And then I found other channels started to use my material. Now, of course, I always said I don't mind as long as we get the word out there, use my material.
Now, this is interesting because like there is a I'm not going to go too deep into this now. Like, there's no point really because we all know how it stands. Like, yeah, share the information, get the stuff out there, but also give people credit. That's what Eddie's main point is. It's just an etiquette thing. It's a standard thing. Plagiarism is a difficult thing on YouTube, but we all know what's going on and who's a cock and who's not, don't we? So
then all of a sudden, it really did turn into a circus. And the guy I'm going to be talking about today, who's, you know, he's going through a hard time. He's just had a knee operation.
I don't believe he's going through a hard time. I think he makes you believe he's going through a hard time so that you feel sympathy for him, but I don't think he's going through that hard of a time.
You know who I'm talking about. His name is Alan,
yeah.
And he has a channel called The Armchair Detective.
Yeah.
And I requested one thing of Alan. If you are going to use my material, at least have the decency to maybe give a shout out. You know, thanks to Eddie from Eddie's Vinyl Break. This next section of my video I took from Eddie. I hope he doesn't mind. This is my spin on it. And in my last rave that I've done,
just
where
say
I lost the plot, and I sincerely apologise
for
how bad I got there. I should really have put a warning on it, warning youngsters that there was a lot of swearing involved, and today there's going to be no swearing at all. I wish I could be like some of these other channels that are so...
I don't know if youngsters should be discussing the death of Nicola Bulley in such detail, but yeah, carry on.
Calm. Like, take that channel Top Level, for example.
Here we go. Okay, so I'm just going to skip this bit because he's doing an impression of someone else and it's not really relevant to what we're talking about.
It's wonderful hearing his voice, okay? And I'm sorry, I wasn't taking the... We are saying goodbye, aren't we, Eddie? Not because of the abuse I'm getting, but because of... there's many reasons. I was watching a video the other day, yesterday, from Alan, Armchair Detective, and he basically completely copied and ripped off a video of mine
100%.
after I warned him in my last video when I was raving
100%.
to stop doing that. Now, the funny thing about that is the one that he had decided to copy was the talk I made about the dog tag, about the fact that the dog tag could not possibly have been on Willow's collar.
Yeah.
He copied the whole lot, and then he showed the picture of the dog tag, which he said was from someone anonymous.
And we all know that Eddie sent him that picture and asked him not to show it. We all know that.
No, it wasn't. It was from me.
Yeah.
And I warned Alan that it's time for him to start being a little bit more honest. Be honest about what you're doing, Alan.
100%.
But no, he couldn't do that. And even though he says that it's a free-for-all and all the rest of it, I'm sorry, Alan. Just because you've got a lot of subscribers gives you no right to pump out my...
A lot of subscribers, but not more viewers. Not more viewers. They're like, subscriber numbers are irrelevant if you don't have the engagement.
My content on your channel as if you're the one, you know, breaking news and all the rest of it. If you're going to nick stuff or use stuff...
Big ups, PMG Kid.
PMG Kid sent tippies. You get an extra £3. My message was private, didn't realise. Enjoying you live. I'm having a super chuffing
Happy birthday.
Super chuffer owes 3 hugs.
Big ups, happy birthday. Happy birthday. If that happens again, you don't have to send another £3 if you don't want to. I'm glad you did because that's another £3, but you can just say in chat, oh, you missed my message, it went private, and could you please read this out at Super Chuffer in chat? And if you at Super Chuffer in chat, I'd like, my attention is drawn to it and I see it and I will. Right, but thank you, I really appreciate it.
From other channels, I said show some respect and at least thank that other channel. Well, you didn't do that, did you? You just bleated on.
So we all know this is the case, don't we? Like, let's have your yeses in chat to just be sure that we're all agreed on this. Alan has stolen this content from Eddie. I said it just a minute ago because I saw it as soon as Alan did it. That was my opinion. Eddie's now come onto his own channel to make a video about it, to say, Alan, I told you not to do this. You've done it again. We all agree, don't we? Everyone have happy birthdays in chat for... Did it not do it automatically? Shouldn't it do it? Oh no, we're on a different channel now, aren't we? Everyone for happy birthdays in chat for PMG Kid, and I need to copy and paste this into chat when it does it now, because usually it does it automatically for me. That's the Tippies link. Let's have your happy birthdays and your yeses to confirm that we all know what page we're on. Alan stole this content, didn't he? And Eddie's angry about it. We know why he's angry about it. We're all on the same page. No one is disagreeing and saying like Alan didn't do this or did do this and it's unfair or whatever. Like, this is
about the dog tag, and you said everything I said, but there's one thing you missed, Alan, and that one thing is the thing I'm going to say tonight in this video. I'm going to tell everyone what that word was on that dog tag, which I already knew. I'd use that. It would have been nice for you to say, I listened to one of Eddie's videos the other day. Person sits underneath the telephone number, and I am going to give you that name today, and you get it so you can make your decision. You know, I've given disclaimers. This is for entertainment purposes only, but you've got to be realistic about it. Even though these are my opinions, they are my opinions from the work that I've done. When I listen to people like Scott say, well, yeah,
here's me now.
Eddie's a good guy, but you know, I want facts.
This is a continuation of a conversation. I don't like. I'll tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to bring up stuff that we said in different comments and like throw it up here, because I think that's unfair, because they're not all like. But we were having a conversation in Truth Finders chat, insofar as a lot of people in there were saying things, and I was saying I need facts a lot, and I believe that Eddie was there, and I don't know if this has any relation to that, or if it's because I'm saying, like I said earlier, I understand what you're saying about the information and where it's coming from, but I need it verified. And maybe it's that aspect of it. But he seems to have his egg about that. But then he's got his egg, hasn't he? So I'm not dissing Alan for having his... I'm not dissing Eddie for having an egg here. Like, it's all right for Eddie to have an egg. It's all right for him to have an egg with me. Like, I'm okay with that. He's in quite a wound up mood about what's going on. So, like, I believe I'm copping some of the flack here. But maybe he's got a legit concern and we'll deal with it.
Scott, what do you want me to say to you? There is no one out there that gives anyone facts. You're beginning to sound like a cross between Alan the Armchair Detective and Emma White. It's bullshit, Scott. No one's
Work meeting.
going to give you facts. If I sat Ernie on my knee...
You see, he brings up Ernie. So, like I said earlier, I'm smart enough to infer what he's... I'm smart enough to pick up what he's throwing down, which is that Ernie's told him this stuff. I've known it since he started saying it. But I've just, like... And I understand what he's saying. He can't expose Ernie. So he's angry because what does he want? Like he's saying to me, what do you want from me? Like, what more do you want me to prove? Well, we're in a bit of rock and a hard place, aren't we? I pointed out earlier, I said I'd get ahead of it. Like, rock and a hard place. I agree with what he's saying, but you can't have a diss at me for wanting to know the truth and where it's come from and who's saying it. Like, that's the whole point of this exposure journalism stuff, isn't it? So he will later on come to a really good point as to why he couldn't expose that, and I will agree with him as well. But, what am I supposed to do? Maybe agree then, and maybe say, okay, yeah, like, I see where you're coming from. It must be annoying to have me, like, picking at you and saying your stuff is great, but it's not factual, because where are the facts? But you've done all the hard work behind the scenes, and you, behind the scenes, believe it to be fact because of all the evidence and information you've got, but you can't expose it. And then here's me, I should be smart enough to see that, and just agree with you and say, yeah, I understand all that, so I'm going to just agree with him. But the thing is, I'm smart enough to see it all, but I just can't go that extra leg and just agree with you unless, I don't know, you could show me what you're seeing behind the scenes. It involves opening up that circle of trust to include me, so I understand why I'm a randomer on the internet. Why would you?
And then whoosh!
Grandmaster Sid Sophos sent tippies. Scott Rustic Rutch found AD on Bumble dating site. Super Chuffer owes 3 hugs.
That's going to be fun. Let's push on.
And I got Ernie to tell you a few facts. You would deny it was Ernie.
You see, that's it. I deny it was Ernie. Well, if you said to me you were getting emails from Ernie, I'm like, okay. But, like, just because it says email at ernie.com, yeah, like, I would need a bit more. Like, if Ernie was on the show, this is where I think it's difficult. I understand what he's going to come and say later, so I don't think Ernie can do this. But if Ernie were to go on on an interview and say the things for himself, then I can horse his mouth. So I don't know why I'm not sure why Eddie's completely this angry about this fact, but I'm just going to, like, let it play again. And, like, I think it's fair for him to have his voice and for me to, respond to that, and I think I have. So
Alan the Armchair Detective and Emma White. It's bullshit.
But I'm not like Alan or Emma.
Scott, no one's going to give you facts. If I sat Ernie on my knee and I got Ernie to tell you a few facts, you would deny it was Ernie. I can't win with you, mate. You know what I mean? It's
That's it. He can't win, and I understand it. I feel for him. Rock and a hard place, but it's not my fault that I'm not the rock or the hard place. Do you know what I mean? Like, Ernie's one of the factors, and yeah, like, maybe I'm asking too many questions.
Over it. I'm over this charade of nonsense. If you go back and listen to some of my videos, I've given you facts. I've given you a lot of facts wrapped into my opinions of why they're facts.
Exactly, that's the crux of it. The facts and the wrapping up, and so you're presenting facts but without full evidence, and the backup is that they're folded into this, if you read between the lines, this is how I've got the evidence, I'm in contact with the family, trust me. And it all comes down to trust me. And no offence, but I trust you like as much as I can trust people on the internet who are making videos about Nicola Bulley. I don't know. I'd like to know a little bit more so I can confirm, like a proper journalist. Once I've ticked the box of yes, that's a full fact, and I've followed it up myself and got the information, and yes, then I'll present it, to the world and talk about it. But until then, it just still in the box of maybe. So I'm sorry about that. I would love to trust you implicitly, but you would understand that because we're on the internet and all people talk a load of shit, and not because you talk shit, Eddie, but because everyone else does, I have to be guarded about who I trust, maybe.
I've given you a lot of facts wrapped into my opinions of why they're facts. Say what you will, everyone. Do what you want with this information. This is my last video. I'm not going to engage with you anymore. I'm done. You know, a lot of people said to me my last video was so vulgar that they're not going to watch me anyway. But I'll tell you one person that watches me, and that's Alan the Armchair Detective,
100%.
who constantly nicks my bloody material. I don't know who you think you are, Alan. So you've got Scott the Super Chuffer that started just taking the piss out of you.
Absolutely, because Alan nicked my content as well, Eddie. And my response to it was to put him in the box of lolcow and deal with him like a lolcow. And I don't know if you know about lolcow culture on the internet, but like you do your vinyl videos, but like, you know, these days people do slightly different media and it's part of a whole media thing. So I'm still cool with it.
Now, obviously it's entertainment, Scott.
Yeah,
but,
100%.
You know, I draw the line, mate. I mean,
you can draw the line and not do that content. That's fine. That's your line.
It's gone too far because it doesn't mean anything.
It hasn't gone too far yet. We haven't got nearly too far. People on the internet, and I'm not suggesting this should happen to Alan, I'm saying what's happened to other people on the internet so far, you know, in the world of the internet. Yeah, people have had the police round their house doxing, no, not doxing, but swatting. There's been people who've been murdered through a swat. I'm laughing about it. It's fucking awful. You know, the police have gone in and shot them. This is in America. But like, you know, you've had that. You have people, like, on a more comedic note, you have like 100 pizzas or lots and lots of sandwiches sent to somebody's house. Or like, you know, there's all sorts of shit that's gone on the internet. Me making videos about Alan, exposing his stupidity in long form and neatly edited comedic video stuff. It's not gone too far. You draw your line, I'll draw mine. The people will watch what they want to watch. Some people will get eggy because Scott's not doing a good enough true crime content this week, or like, yeah, other people might enjoy it for the laugh. Like I said at the very start of the episode, could nobody have a laugh anymore? Christ. And one of the things that I was taught by a great mentor of mine, a hairdresser, Isaac Lee, was fuck them if they can't take a joke. So like, yeah, like I'm all right with my choices here still, but I understand your perspective.
Anymore. He ain't learning. And you're not. What are you doing? Your channel's turned. You're like obsessed with him, Scott.
No, what my channel has not. Again, this is that confusion. It's still Scott.
I couldn't be happier.
Swish, and then
Sarah sent tippies.
Big ups.
I get my clips out tomorrow on TKR, which is total knee replacement. 3 hugs for Scotty. Super Chuffer owes 3 hugs.
Big ups. Big up, Sarah. Classic MIMP technology. Knee replacement.
Mother M-I-M-P.
Getting my clothes from IKEA. My main channel, as I've said, like, it's not going to be infected by this sort of lolcow content and drama stuff that we're doing today. Like, I've got different media outlets for different facets of media, whether it be music, mental health support, comedy lolcow, taking the piss and you know, ripping on the internet, gameplay, Ganji Impact, like if you want to see me playing games. And I've also got Super Chuffer, my main channel, where we do more serious content. And so my content has not been affected by Alan. I was affected by the Eurovision strike and my inability to stream live on my channel. So I put Thus up as a video that week and we didn't have as much content. And I had to try and rearrange the way I was making my content because I thought it was going to go on for longer than it did. So like, there's been a bit of a stutter step there, but it's not because of Alan. And during that time, as I explained, I thought it was easier to upload a load of clips about Alan to that B-side channel, and it's been loads of fun, and we've had a lot of fun because I've got loads of stuff that I've been talking about with Alan on Twitch and stuff that has like these little clips. They're from like a week, 2 weeks ago. They're not new, but to Eddy they might appear to be new. And like I'm saying, Eddy's making little videos about vinyl records from the 1970s, okay? So that's his like thing that he's doing on YouTube. I'm doing this other thing. And before Alan turned up in my wheelhouse, I've been talking about Darkside Phil and Martin Leaker and other people. And it's not that Alan has like drastically altered the content on the B-side. The B-side was home to this sort of freestyle content for a while. So like, Alan, they're a bit confused, and I can understand the confusion because maybe they don't see it. And some people, I'll agree with this as well, right? It's still me. It's still me. It wasn't you that sent the tippy, Sarah. Big ups other Sarah. It's still me, isn't it? So I'm still doing this stuff, even if it's me in the past that I edited. It's still me, right? I'm not trying to get around it. I agree. It's still me. So I could have focused more on my main channel and said, right, because I'm not able to live stream, I'm going to do several Nicola Bully videos this week, and I'm going to do real like in-depth Nicola Bully stuff. I decided not to. They're my choices. It is still me. Some people might get their egg on about it. It doesn't matter. Like, the main channel's not disappeared. Like, it's still there. I can still make as many serious videos as you want whenever I want. We can do as many interesting lives as we want in the future. It's still there. It's not gone under. Like, there's nothing wrong here. I'm still me. So don't worry. I've just got different facets to my personality. I wanted to be playing fucking the new Zelda game this month, but all these chuffers in the true crime space are throwing their egg out. So we're doing this. I'm just being freestyle, just having a laugh. Oh, the wig's gone now. So just chill, man, chill. I mean, I understand Eddie's eggy, isn't he? He's having an eggy video. He's eggy about Alan. The thing he's eggy about is Alan's ripped all his content, and I'm in the firing line as well. Fair enough. I'll accept it. I will, listen to this. It's good advice. Don't do so much of that. Some people call it toxic. I don't think it's toxic. I think it's a big laugh. You know, we'll deal with toxicity on a different conversation in some other time if you want. I don't even want to put that into this because the people we're dissing are the toxic ones. Alan is the toxic one. Right, so I'm not going to stop doing that, but I understand some people would like the balance more in the favour of the serious content. I understand that. Good point. Well made. I agree. It doesn't mean that, I agree 100% and I'm going to change everything, but,
I'm sorry, mate, but you are. Your obsession. Do you know what you used to do?
I don't agree that I'm obsessed. Because I do so much other stuff. The thing is, Alan keeps pumping out this shit as well. As much as I can do a little one about his song here and then and now you're doing this, and I've got to react to it. So it might look like there's a lot of me devoted to this, but then I'm responding. I don't think I'm obsessed. You're making a video about Alan now. The thing is, Eddie, the difference is you wanted to stop making videos altogether because of what Alan did. I wanted to do a different thing. That's all. I wanted to batter him over the head proverbially on the internet with all of the shit he's done and the idiot that he's been in the past. And it's great. In my opinion, that's still good content, great content, actual fun. People are watching it now. I'm obsessed. I haven't got a tattoo or nothing. I don't think about him when I go to sleep. Believe it or not, when I shut down the stream, I do all sorts of other things in my life. So this is a weird one as well about people's perception of people on the internet. Because, yeah, I've done all these hours of stream about him. But when you go to work, and you fucking make ham sandwiches or whatever, it doesn't mean you're obsessed with ham sandwiches just because you do it a lot. I'm not obsessed. It's a weird way to put it. I understand obsession, I understand obsession, but and I understand the perception of it because I've devoted the content to the B-side to Alan in these previous weeks. Fine, I understand the point being raised, but I just disagree because I just think if you could be inside me in my life, you would probably not think I was obsessed with Alan.
Some fantastic stuff. I loved your Thus stuff. The video you made about women that kill was fantastic, and I love the chats you have with people. I love the
Thus isn't going to stop. I intend to do more. The reason I had to stop having guests on is because I was banned from live streaming on YouTube for 2 weeks. So when we pick up again now, we're going to do more. It's fine. Chill.
Diversity. You've got a really good channel. When I make comments that people are only doing this for clicks and likes and all the rest of it, you got upset with me. No. I'm talking about people that are only...
Hang on. I got upset with him.
You're only doing this for clicks and likes and all the rest of it. You got upset with me. No. I'm talking about people that...
Again, I think that refers to a chat that we were having, and this again, I don't want to throw up stuff that you can't see, and this and that happened, and he said, she said, but there was a chat going on in the chat room for Truth Finders, and I was making that point. They said it's bad that people are just doing this for clicks and views on YouTube. And I could, to an extent, yeah. Grifting this YouTube thing for money and grifting Nicola's death for money. Yeah, but also I said quite outright, because I will always say this, I am a YouTuber and I am trying to make money from my business, which is being on YouTube, creating entertaining content. I'm not in the police, right? And no one's paid me to investigate Nicola Bully. I just do all sorts of videos. So I talk about all sorts of stuff and I'm a super chuffer. So I'm happy to say I would like to get tippies, and I'm a YouTuber and I'd like to grow. I'd like to get money from my videos. I'd like it to grow. I'm happy to say that. So I think it maybe comes across differently in a chat that we're having in someone else, because we were in Truth Justice's video because of something that had happened. It's different in a chat like that. I wasn't having a pop at Eddie, but he seems to see he's brought this. So now I'm having to defend that point. I want to put that point just away in the bin because I just think, what the fuck? If you're not going to show, again, receipts, do I have to open up Truth Finders, find the video I watched, go in their chat, bring up the chat log, see what was said, you know, this gets a bit petty and a bit silly. So I'm just going to say I'm a bit confused by that one about whatever this point is.
And I love the chats you have with people. I love the diversity. You've got a really good channel. When I make comments that people are only doing this for clicks and likes and all the rest of it, you got upset with me. No.
I didn't get upset with you. No. I just wanted to state clearly that I am doing that. Like, people say it as a negative out in public, so I'll say it's like an alternative perspective. Like, I'm doing it. I want clicks. I want likes. Yeah. Like, I want money. Like, yeah. Like, hello, I'm working really hard on my stuff.
I'm talking about people that are only bombarding Nicola Bully.
But yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. You know, I just said it then, like the grifting, the wringing it out like a sponge. Yeah, absolutely. You know, there's a level, there's an etiquette, there's a level of class that you can present in your content. That you can either be the dirty tabloid gutter press or something slightly more nuanced and sophisticated. Absolutely. And so that's why I'm not here like with like hat goal, members goal. Maybe one day we will have a members goal and I'll eat my words, but do you know what I mean? Like, you know, I think everyone can understand who is what here, so I don't have to defend that point too much.
Like I am, and people that are nicking material off of each other. You're not doing that, so you don't come under that category.
Well,
so
fine then,
take a chill pill, will you please, mate? Me? You've got it wrong. But you know what?
Wait, me? I've never had a pop at anyone. Apart from Alan. Alan? Or are you saying take a chill pill about Alan? That confuses me.
That category. So take a chill pill, will you please, mate? You've got it wrong. But you know what? I'm saying goodbye
wrong?
tonight. This is goodbye from me. So I'm just going to give it to you as it was.
Wait.
Nicola Bully, like I am, and people that are nicking material off of each other. You're not doing that, so you don't come under that category. So take a chill pill, will you please, mate? You've got it wrong. But you know what? I'm saying goodbye tonight. This is.
I don't feel threatened and need to defend myself, except when he says things like that. In which case, I'm like a bit like, whoa, which is where I feel like I'm catching some of the flack from Alan. But like, I'll give him that, and like I'll say, okay, like Eddie's getting his egg on, and he wants me to take a chill pill. So whatever I'm doing, in some way, whatever conversation we've had, listen, if he's listening now, in some way, if it's making you mad, I'm sorry. I'm not intending to try and make you mad. I'm not having a pop at you. So I will take a chill pill. For you to, you know, between us, I'm chill. I'll be chill. Don't worry. It's all good, Eddie. It's all good. Okay, that's fine.
Goodbye from me. So I'm just going to give it to you as it was. You know, I was watching a channel right at the beginning called So. I really enjoyed that channel, and all of.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say this outright. I think I need to say this now because other people are talking about it. I recommended So. So is making really good deep dive crime videos. Then I think So is having some, like, let's be real. I don't want to like diss someone on the internet and say they're having mental problems or something, but I think they're having some sort of difficulties in their own life, their own headspace, and I think their content went a bit off the way. And I think if you look at true crime every day and dig into all this weird true crime every day, then it can make you a little bit like, oh, with your head a bit paranoid or a bit way, and like then it can, like, people's mental health can be in question. Like, I'm not saying they're having mental problems because they're an idiot, get them off YouTube. I'm saying I'm worried about them. I'm worried about them. I did my post to say don't attack them, leave them alone. I agree with everything they've said. Yeah, so don't attack them. I'm worried about them. Like, their channel went a bit off the way, but it makes me feel like I should be more compassionate to them and just treat them with kid gloves a little bit. So I encourage everyone else to do the same. I'm not saying they're mental. I'm not saying they're having a mental breakdown. I don't know that. I'm not like, you know, I'm just saying their channel went a little bit way and I'm worried about them. That's my perspective on that. And so my perspective on it is, let's just treat them with care and respect.
All of a sudden, something went a bit weird with that channel. And what is it with channels? Are they just running out of ideas? Is that what it is? So, of course, people that have been criticised.
I've got loads of ideas. I don't want to talk about Nicola Bully all the time. I never intended to. I'm all right. In fact, all this Alan stuff's like this extra bonus content for me. It's like someone's giving me a big box of like bonus content I can root around in. Like the Alan bargain bin. Like, it's easy content. I just pick something out. Oh, he's done this song. Like, imagine rooting around the Alan bargain bin. He's done this song. And then like, you're like, what's this song? And then like,
MIMP.
before you know it, you're doing hours on Mimps. Like, yeah, I'm having a great time. I've got loads of ideas for loads of content. We're good.
Criticizing me, saying, you know, you was all about clicks, likes and subscribers.
But it's not me.
No, I bloody
wait.
was.
It's not me that he's dissing now, remember? I think now we're into just like, he gave me a little bit of a smack, and now we're on to Alan and everyone else again.
You know what? I've had to really think long and hard whether I should close the channel down or just leave it dormant. And I've decided I'm going to leave it dormant. Just leave it sitting there. And I tell you why I'm doing that. I'm doing that for the kindness of my heart about the people that have really enjoyed my channel, people that have really enjoyed listening to Grandad, even though I've taken so much flack that Grandad isn't real. I mean, for crying out loud, get a bloody life, guys.
Eddie, I was very upset to hear all that, you know, when they said I wasn't real. I don't know what to say about that.
Grandad, there's
Michael Caine's real.
nothing you can say. They don't believe you're real, so that's all there is.
Okay, hot take I put on Twitter. Hot take that I put on Twitter was that... Where's my hot take that I put on Twitter? I'll just quote myself on Twitter, at SuperChuffer on the old Twitter. It's a good place to keep up. I usually tweet when I'm streaming. Hot take, I've done loads of Gura take tweets. Where's my hot take? Oh, there's Alan. Oh, there's Alan on holiday. My hot take that I put on Twitter was that was that all those voices are real. And he is friends with Michael Caine, and he's got Grandad at his house, and all those voices are real. That was my hot take I put on Twitter. But then I've got another hot take, right? Another hot take, which is that Eddie might be like I'm going to say this as a joke, yeah? But like, you've got to bear in mind, this is YouTube and who knows what, right? So it's a joke. So, you know, please don't get eggy with this. But Eddie might be like, you know, completely out of his marbles and putting on all these different voices and believing that they're really there. And Eddie might believe that Grandad is real, and he might believe that Michael Caine is real. And like, you don't know, right? Eddie seems like a really decent chap, and he makes nice videos and all that. But you don't know that he doesn't sit at home with like the fucking dolls all dressed up like Michael Caine and Grandad and like doing the voices. Like, you don't know that. He might be completely out of his box in other ways. There's a lot of people a lot of geniuses are quite loop, aren't they? I mean, look at what Kanye's bowling around doing. You don't know. I'm just saying it. There's a hot take. Maybe Eddie is real. Maybe Grandad is real. And maybe Michael Caine is real. In Eddie's world, it's a joke. So chill.
I don't know what to say about that.
Grandad, there's nothing you can say. They don't believe you're real, so that's all there is to it. You know, I'd be nowhere without you. This channel would be nothing without you anyway.
Right.
Died this time. Eddie, didn't it, Eddie?
It did, Grandad. I'm done. I can't take this nonsense anymore. The only way I'm going to backtrack is if the armchair detective, and you're listening to me, Alan, you're listening.
Of course he's listening.
To me right now.
Of course he's listening. Like, let's be real. Let's all be real. Is there, and I want your yes or no's in chat again. I want your yes or no's in chat. Is there anyone who thinks the armchair detective does or doesn't watch this stuff? I'm not going to do a poll. I just want yes and no in chat. Is yes for armchair detective is listening to all this shit? Yes for he listens to everyone else's videos. Yes for he watches all the detractor content. Every time someone has a pop at him, yes, he goes and opens up that video. No, he's not watching all that. He's too busy painting and he comes up with his own ideas and what they send him in his thing. I mean, some people might think he's not even bothering to watch the videos and it's just what his spanners send him. So I don't know. Yes or no? Does Alan watch the videos? Is Alan watching the videos? Yes or no? I'm not giving you a poll. It's just up to you in chat to type yes or no. I want to see that popping up so that I can get a feel for where you're coming from. Oh, look at chat now popping off. Yes, everybody, yes. Big yes. Massive yes. Someone says no, he's in Bangkok. What the hen? But other than that, everyone, there's not even a no in the house. There's not like everyone, yes. He's obsessed, says Evie Online. That's a good call, isn't it? Narcissistically obsessed with himself. They absolutely think yes. Yes, but also via his spanners. Yeah, I think they send him stuff and then he has to watch it. Counting Squares says absolutely not. So we have got one dissenting voice, but I think he probably
This is for
does.
you, okay? I'm not going to do a Scotty
thinks he
do.
does.
Scotty, don't.
I'm not
Me
going to do a
again.
super chuffer. I'm not going to sit here just showing videos of you and taking the piss out of the way you do it and all the rest of it.
Oh, that's a shame, because Eddie'd be really good at it. Because Eddie's got like this sense of humour and he does the characters. I'm assuming they're characters. You know, he's got this sense of humour and he does the characters. Like, maybe Eddie's got his egg on about... maybe... Oh, don't say... Oh... Because I've got this box, haven't I?
Because you'd be in jail.
Oh, it does that. And I've also got this, right, where I can go... Kirsty... No, wait. I'm Kirsty. I'm the mother. I'm Kirsty. I'm the mother. Kirsty, can you come and get your dad? He's eating the Sara Lee again. We can have a Sara Lee. What's wrong with that? We're in Tesco's. Okay? He's eating all of the Sara Lee in Tesco's.
Again. I couldn't be happier.
Swish, and then
Grandmaster Sid Sophos sent tippies.
Good. I'm glad you sent those
Truth
tippies.
Justice in the house. Welcome.
Big ups, Truth Justice.
Scales hash.
You get a shout out in this
Super
video.
Chuffer owes 3 hugs.
Big ups, Truth Justice. I can't. I'm a bit surprised that maybe it's that because I've got these buttons and like, you know, maybe he wants buttons and like, because he'd enjoy that if he's had one of those boxes with the buttons and the cameras. He'd be off and away and like maybe he's a bit eggy about that. But he'd make really good detractor content. Why not? Why not have a laugh? Why not like? Alan's stealing your content. Why not make content that he can't steal? i.e. rip the piss out of him. And it's but not that bad, because like he's doing all this stuff and he's a dickhead. Like, he made the videos, he did the singing, he did the grifting, he did the lying, the stealing. Like, he's doing it. Why not? Well, it's up to you. They're your lines. I've got my lines, everyone's got their own lines, but please, let's not be like Alan and say stay in your lane or anything. Like, I think it's okay. Whatever Eddie wants to do with his content, I would encourage. If he wants to make extended videos about old vinyl records, I've got a lot of old vinyl records, maybe every now and then I'd watch one. If he wants to make videos about the fucking whether they've got socks on the moon, then, you know, Eddie can do a big investigation about socks and how they might get on the moon, and I might watch his video. I don't care what he wants to do. That's his life and his choice. That's fine.
A super chuffer. I'm not going to sit here just showing videos of you and taking the piss out of the way you do it and all the rest of it. I mean, I take into consideration you are nearly 70 years of age and you're probably going a bit do-dally. I'm not saying all 70-year-olds do, but don't get
but half the stuff he did was from the past. Like, he's always been a cock.
started about free speech. I was the woke gang will come in and attack me. I'm not allowed to say it.
I don't like that mention of the woke gang, because I think I'm in the woke gang, aren't I? Like, I'm like, you know, pro everyone's freedom to choose. I think LGBTQ rights are like fantastic. Let's have them. I think it's better that we don't say racist slurs on the internet. I think it's better that people moderate their language in favour of not saying racist slurs on the internet. You know, overall, I'm still got a little bit of a hangover from it because my parents and, you know, the generations and what was and wasn't acceptable. But I'm all right with, like, woke is fine. Like, I think woke is a funny word, actually. The right wing poke at the left wing. Like, they're like, oh, you're liberal, therefore you're woke, and therefore it's bad to be woke. So the opposite of that is like not being woke then, like being like really fascist and racist. Like, if you want to go really hard the other way, and I don't think any extreme is good. Like, there's no point in being really extreme about things, is there? Like, it's not like I'm so fucking woke that I have to fucking, everyone on the bus has to have both a fucking dildo and like fleshlight given to them as a sex choice, and like, it's like, whoa, like, what's going on here with these conversations? Calm the fuck down. Like, Chuffer over there just like wants to like be who they are, so like I'm all right with Chuffer over there being who they are. Like, that now's not the conversation. But woke gang, I'll be in it then. Maybe that's where Eddie's getting his egg with me. I don't know, but he feels like he got an egg with me today, and maybe I'm like, you know, copping flack for that. But he mentioned the woke gang, so I picked that out, but maybe it's nothing.
I mean, I take into consideration you are nearly 70 years of age and you're probably going a bit do-dally. I'm not saying all 70-year-olds do, but don't get me started about free speech. I was the woke gang will come in and attack me. I'm not allowed to say anything, you know, because people...
It does worry me a little bit. Like, he said, don't get me started about free speech, otherwise the woke gang will attack me, i.e., like, you know what that means. Like, who's going to attack you, right? I'm having to read between the lines here, Eddie, because remember, Eddie's told me I'm supposed to read between the lines on his content. The things you want to say will offend the woke gang. So the things that will offend the woke gang might be anti-trans or anti, you know, I'm assuming he's not racist. Do you know what I mean? I'm assuming he's not a racist. It's just, I don't know what you want to say that will offend the woke gang, but...
Get me started about free speech. I was the woke gang will come in and attack me. I'm not allowed to say anything, you know, because people are just fed up with it. But look, for all the people that have been supporting me...
I was only making a joke there. I do assume he's not racist. Do you know what I mean?
I've decided I'm going to leave the channel going. I am pulling the plug. I'm pulling the plug tonight. This is the last video. The only way I'm going to turn this around is if I get 2 messages. Here's the 2 messages. I get an apology from Alan the Armchair
This would be brilliant, because we're going to look at what Alan said in just a minute.
Detective. I want a proper apology that you nicked my material after I told you not to. And Alan, all you have to do is turn your microphone on and say, Eddie was right. I did use his material about the dog tag.
You're never getting that.
Goodness me, Alan. It was word for word. The only thing you missed was the name. That was the only thing you missed. I'm going to tell everyone what that name is, and I'm going to tell you why the name's on that dog tag. A lot of people don't understand about that dog tag. I wanted to get across to you, not the name. I didn't want to leak the name. I'm leaking the name tonight, and we all know that Alan's going to nick the material. He won't give a bullshit about me. You know, it's future. I don't want this to be a long video. I really don't. There's nowhere else to go. The other point, other than Alan, is the fact that we already know on the 26th of June, we're not going to get any change out of anybody. There's no way the police are going to
inquest. Okay.
To other topics, because you knew you were ringing out the Nicola Bully case.
Alan's
Ringing it out. There was nothing left
case,
to give.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you what was on that dog tag? Would it help you if I told you what was on it before?
The dog tag?
You might be saying. Yeah. But you could be busy with a client. You can't even attend. So what they decided to...
We'll deal with that. Like, Eddy's, and this is Eddy's content again, so I don't want to just sort of like, hijack his content and start doing an episode on that now, but we will discuss what's on the dog tag, which was the mother's name, wasn't it? So it brings up lots and lots of conversation points, which we will have, but now is not the episode for that. Now is the response to this like Angry Alan drama stuff. So
me to watch your video. Alan's come up with something really interesting, Eddie. You might want to watch that. You have got to be, my first swear word, you've got to be fucking joking, right? You've got to be joking. And I tell you,
this made me laugh.
proof eventually does come out, because people will then question other stuff you've done. Here's another thing for you, Alan the Armchair Detective. Do you know that people watch your videos that haven't watched my videos? They watch your videos of my content, and then they email me asking me to watch your video. Alan's come up with something really interesting, Eddie. You might want to watch that.
That happens to me all the time. From other, like, I get tweets, I get emails, I get like, oh, have you seen this? Have you seen this? And I'm like, I've been covering this for months, and all of my opinions are my own, and then people are feeding me back some of my own stuff that they found elsewhere, like plagiarized, or even just like, I don't know, like, and I just kind of think that's funny. And like, what I do is I tweet them, I either say yeah or whatever, and then if they want more, I just tweet them the playlist, and I'm like, we've done hours and hours on this, so have a look at that. Like, thanks. Like, I understand why it's happening, but Eddy's got his egg on about that one as well. I understand why he's got his egg on. I'm speeding him up now because we need to get through all this before Alan goes live.
You have got to be, my first swear word, you've got to be fucking joking, right? You've got to be joking. And I tell you something else they do as well. This will blow your mind. They watch your video that you post, say, today, right, Alan? They watch your video because you've got 80,000 subscribers, and your viewers are not my viewers. So they will watch your views, watch your video on my content, and then in 2 weeks' time, they'll watch a video that's been on my channel.
This is 100%. This happens. I'm just going to fill up my water bottle while Eddy's talking. Hopefully I won't miss anything. I'll be back in just 1 second.
For 2 months. 2 months before you even bleated out your bullshit. And then they will email me and say, why are you copying the Armchair Detective? I'm done. I'm so sick to death of it. You know, I got a comment straight away today with someone saying, Eddy's at it again. I went through the comments on your channel, Alan, and I know that they're deleted quite quickly. People were even saying, when you were talking about the dog tag, I heard this on another channel just the other day. Of course they did. They heard it on my bloody channel. Generally speaking, though, people that watch Michelle in the Dark, people that watch Alan the Armchair Detective, they're not going to watch me. I tell you, the kind of people that watch me will be people that watch the Super Chuffer. They will watch Scott, and then they will watch me. And I want to apologise for kind of hitting Scott tonight. You know, I love the way he rambles on, but the content has gone for me now. It's just blitzing Alan. I'll blitz Alan like this and then pull the plug. I'm not going to show you videos and keep pausing it and tell you how pathetic it is. I'm not going to do.
Again, the defence I've got here is simply that I'm doing it on the B-side channel, and the main channel, the content's not gone. It just had a bit of a hiatus while I was banned off YouTube and found it difficult to make the same quality live streams because I'm not able to go live on YouTube. So we will be back with that. Don't worry, it's not gone anywhere. The channel's still there. There was a video on it. We did a Return to the Internet episode yesterday. So and it's not Alan content. Super Chuffer is there. Don't worry, anyone. Like, that's fine. You've got a Thus, and you've got Nicola Bully IOPC, and you've got Live Trolley Problem and Medieval Beauty Trends over the last 2 weeks. It's slowed down a little bit because of my inability to stream, but it's still there. Don't worry. Everything's fine. Okay, everything's fine. And we're currently on the B-side channel where absolutely I will be pumping out. And again, I'm going to take that critique and say, I understand your perspective, but from another perspective, I think it's actually quite good to be able to pump out content, battering Alan with his own stuff. And it's quite easy because I do one big live stream and then cut it up into bits a few weeks later. So I've always got videos to come out. I could do another one of those videos tonight. Easy. Just, you know, go over some of the stuff that we've done in the extensive live streams and cut out a little chunk. It's easy. So, like, it's not like I'm obsessed or anything, but it will continue. He will keep saying stupid things. He has done a lot of them. I will be doing more of it. So, you know, also don't worry about that. If you don't like it, just don't watch it. Watch the other channel. It'll be fine.
Do that. He can be pathetic. We can all be pathetic, Scott. I mean, the fact that you're turning into the Armchair Detective is a real bloody concern. And if you don't believe me, ask some of your friends. They'll tell you. What are you, obsessed or something?
I'm obsessed. Hang on, wait. I'm not turning into the Armchair Detective, am I? Let me just need my sunglasses on for this one. Not I'm not turning into him, am I? I'm ready to go on my Malta boys on tour. Malta boys on tour. Malta. Going to be streaming poker tonight on the gaming channel. Going to be streaming some poker, and later on I'll be painting portraits of. Well, we're actually. I'll tell you what. We're going to be doing a portrait competition. We're going to be doing an Angry Alan portrait competition on this channel. So it's going to get turned up again to another level. So this obsession thing. If they're eggy about it, if they're eggy now, you know, if Eddy's eggy now, he's going to get eggier because I propose to you chuffers, you mimps, you super chuffers, you chuffragettes, you that get your clothes from IKEA. I propose that we have a Alan painting competition where all of you can enter your paintings. Do me a portrait of Alan. This is going to be the parameters. Do me a painting of Alan in any format, any way. You can do a mosaic, you can do a fucking, build it out of bricks, whatever you fucking want. Do me a thing of Alan, an art thing of Alan. It's Alan. And it doesn't have to be just his face. You can put him on a horse, you can put him with his dog, you can do what you want. Picture of Alan. But it's got to be art done by you. It can't just be like, AI on the computer. That's cheating. We want, like, in the same way as Alan does, painting his pictures. And then we're going to have like a gallery. I'll review them. You can vote on them. And then I'll give the winner some money. How about that? I missed a tippy. I was away just for a second. I missed a tippy. Let's check the tippies. So what do you think about that for a conversation? For like Cockle in the house, lurking in the background. Big ups, Andy. Big ups. Thank you very much. Thank you. The competition sounds like a good one. And the people that think I'm obsessed with Alan, they're going to get a bit more, like, that's going to get turned up a little bit. And they're going to go, like, even more. I've got the glasses today. They're going to get well eggy. I don't know what to do about it, other than focus on my main channel more than I do the Alan content. But like, Eddie just did a big video on him. I'm having to react to it. And then Alan's going to do a video about that, and I'm going to react to it. And like, where does it end? It doesn't, does it? It just keeps going. Like, welcome to the internet. I will have to make, like, my intent, we're talking about getting other people on the crew for the Super Chuffer channel. We know it's a fact. I need to accelerate that process. I wasn't, at the end of the year, I was going to start, like, my plan was 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and then make decisions about bringing in an editor, we're ahead of plan now, so I'm having to make decisions on the fly a bit more, and it's time that we got an editor and another member of the team for thus. So, like, we're having to get those things going, and this will improve and continue, so no one needs to worry. I just think no one needs to worry.
It's gone, mate. It's gone. It's over. Are you going to keep doing this now until he dies? Let's say he lives another 10 years. Are you going to do that?
Well, if he has a really bad stroke, I might stop.
A warning, Scott. Your channel is brilliant. I mean, I said a little while ago, 10,000 subscribers. You're the type of guy that could get 500,000 subscribers.
Wow, thanks. I'm hoping just to get 100,000. That's the target. But yeah, I would love to get up to the, upper echelons. I've done a lot of different creative work over my time, and there is a funny balance between what gets you the most views and subscribers and clicks, and what you want to do in your heart, and what's the most ethical or good for society. There's a funny balance, and that's why I've got lots of different channels where I can express my different feelings in different ways on different channels. And I understand what you're saying. If I focused on the more serious stuff and put my mind to it, I could go places. I mean, I know that because I've had a documentary that didn't get onto Netflix that you can see for free on the channel, but I was also part of a team that, if I just type in Eddy Strongman, like that, Eddy Strongman, if I go on the IMDb for this film, Eddy Strongman, yeah, which is like an actual documentary that went on Netflix, right? Have a little look at that. I'm in the list. I'm on the all cast and crew. I'm on here. Produced by, you can't quite see because my frame, can you? Can I turn the frame off for this bit?
Again. I couldn't be happier.
Swish, and then whoosh.
Jessica S. sent tippies. Scott, everything you're about is cool. You wear a card. We are all here to see you and your content and your
Big ups.
beautiful locks.
Thanks.
Keep on chuffing. Super Chuffer owes 3 hugs.
I appreciate it. You can see here on the screen, Scott Jessup, associate producer, here, and I'm also here as camera, and I'm here as camera operator, Scott Jessup. But like, I worked on a team. Matt was the director. He's my friend, and Eddy Strongman went on went on Netflix, and it's a proper film. Like, we made a proper documentary, and then after that, I went and made another one, which I didn't manage to sell to Netflix. And we've had a COVID, and all, like, things have gone different in my life, but. Like, when I say we've had a COVID, you know what I mean? Like, the COVID changed everyone's lives, didn't it? So, like, it wasn't just that. I was also struggling to sell the film. But I did make another one, and you can see it for free on the internet. It exists on the channel, Indie Development Paradise. So, I'm not saying, I'm bigger than YouTube or anything like that. I'm just saying that, yeah, like, I hope to be able to build this channel and get 100,000 subscribers through hard work, through creating good content. And it's not like it's an ambition of mine to maybe make a documentary and get it on YouTube. I've been there, done it, and I know what the quality and the standard is that I can achieve. So with a bit more hard work, with a bit more, I need the like now we've got tippies coming in. I've got actually a fighting fund, like a budget, you know, and now I need team members, and then we can start at that. I wanted to do it at the end of the year into next year. That was my plan. This year was going to be guests on the podcast, create the podcast, get thus on its, you know, on its legs, and then next year team members outside unit, we call it, you know, like a unit with camera person, maybe me on the mic, whatever, like. But you know, running before you can walk is not the best idea, but I'm on it. Don't worry, I'm on it. So don't worry. That's the thing I would say to Eddie here, and because he, you know, I understand what he's saying. Like, fair enough. I'm on it. Don't worry. It's all good time.
Million subscribers. I mean it. But you're just losing focus. Maybe it's all that bloody dope you're smoking. You're just losing your way a bit, mate. I'm giving you good advice as a friend.
I've sped him up so he sounds even eggier, but yes, it's good advice. But my advice to you, Eddie, as well, as a friend, is maybe just chill the fuck out and, like, you know, smoke some dope yourself. Like,
because I like you and I like your channel. And quietly in the background, I'll still watch these channels. I watched John the other day where he went for a walk around the field on his channel, and he put his hand on the style. She talks a lot of sense, and she talks about a lot of really mentally abused. When is this world? Panicked and phoned the police too soon.
Because like the stuff about the case and stuff like that, I want to talk about on its own, you know, merits as a different thing. So I'm just dealing with this other bit.
It's telling me, oh, Penny Bunny was the first one that put up that, like listening to people engage with Penny. I really do. And by the way, I love the wig. Everyone loves the wig, right? He's doing it for you, mate. And they're doing a bloody great channel. They're making... Anyway, Penny Bunny is a great channel. I really like... I'm not a
big fan of her, but yeah, each their own.
Listening to people engage with Penny. I really do. And by the way, I really like Truth Justice. I really do. Great channel. They're making their comedy around Alan, but there's a reason for that. And their channel has been... You
get your shout out, Truth Justice, big ups in chat.
Driven. See, yours is not like that, Scott. What are you doing? Are you just copying... I really like Truth Justice. I really do. Great channel. They're making their comedy around Alan, but there's a reason for that. And their channel has been driven. See, yours is not like that, Scott. What are you doing? Are you just copying Truth Justice now? Is that what you're doing? Truth Justice?
Well, like, no, I'm not. I wasn't really aware. Like, we're friends, me and Truth Justice. We do kind of different content, I think. I think we do different content, like similar subject matter, but I think I'm here talking a lot and like pausing him and talking a lot and doing my thing, and like Truth Justice is making clips and putting edits together with little bits of music, and like, you know, so like there's a difference, and I think it's okay even if we were doing similar sort of, like, we're friends, like we're in the same, like pulling in the same direction. I think it's a bit weird that Truth Justice is getting praised for doing their channel, and my battery exhausted B-side stuff is getting the fucking panning here. But yeah, go ahead.
Channel has been driven. See, yours is not like that, Scott. What are you doing? Are you just copying Truth Justice now? Is that what you're doing? Truth Justice is doing it for you, mate, and they're doing a bloody good job. You don't need to do it as well. You really don't, mate. You can get more views doing other stuff because you're.
There's a balance, isn't there? You can get more views, you can do other stuff. Like, there's always a balance. I'm sure that I understand the point. The more serious stuff, I will agree. You know, there are actually people that are being put off. Oh, you're bullying Alan, I'll be put off. But, you know, fuck them if they can't take a joke. I'm all right. I'm happy with my decisions. I think everything's going well for me. I'm having a good time, and Super Chuffer will grow. You know, the 10K is going to be a lot slower. It's going to be a lot slower to get. Like, we had a big jump up to. Like, I don't know. I don't need to be banging on about this, but in YouTube you take 10x jumps. And we're a lot further ahead than I'd predicted, so things are going well. But the 10K, from 7 to 10K, is going to slow down, as it from like 1 to 7 was quite quick. But we're in. That's all in hand. Don't worry. Like, again, don't worry about it. But to tell me not to make my videos and to do what I want to do is a bit like, you know.
It's been driven.
Like, bear in mind, this is a man who is so angry that he's going to stop making videos altogether, and he would rather that I stop making mine as well. Like, it's all right if you want to stop. But I'm not gonna.
See, yours is not like that, Scott. What are you doing? Are you just copying Truth Justice now? Is that what you're doing? Truth Justice is doing it for you, mate, and they're doing a bloody good job. You don't need to do it as well. You really don't, mate. You can get more views doing other stuff because you're a clever cookie. You really are. Maybe cut down the dope smoking a bit.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't like that, Eddie. You know, he's a great guy, isn't he? I love it when he puts his wig
I'm
on.
gonna skin up again.
God, yeah, I love the wig. Everyone loves the wig, right? He's known as the wig man, right? He really is. I mean, I chuckle, right? But then this Alan thing. What do you think, Grandad?
I see your point, but you've got to remember, Eddie, that's his entertainment. You shouldn't question someone else's entertainment, you see. I mean, Scott is...
Is he arguing with himself in the voice of... I like that as a concept, because ContraPoints does it, and she's one of my favourite YouTubers. She presents different characters, like with the wig and everything, you know, and like talks to herself and has the debate. I think that's a really clever idea. And it's nice that he's... it's Grandad is now, like, toning down the point that Eddie made. So fair enough.
Getting views and he's enjoying doing it. Why do you care about that? I mean, you like PHTV, and I mean, he swears every other word.
He does. He's real. He's real. There's lots of channels I watch. I mean, look at all the music channels I watch, the audio files and that, and all the people I watch, the professors and the schools and the university channels I watch. I mean, my mind is a flood of so many different channels. And maybe this Nicola Bully thing is, I don't know, I'm not saying it's burnt me out, but what's burnt me out is all this bullshit from these channels. I mean, I can't take it anymore.
I know what you're saying, Eddie, and of course, you know, Michelle, when this comes out, she's going to be the winner, right?
If you're going to have it as a competition, yes, of course she is. And she's going to say, I told you so. And she's going to...
Well, she's not going to be the winner. Like, what you mean there is that, I mean, I shouldn't be dealing with the case so much, but the Michelle thing he's suggesting is that because what the police will say is what she's going to say, then she's the same as the police, therefore she wins. It doesn't mean that's correct at all. The winner is, fuck Rolf Harris. He's gone to hell. Rolf Harris has gone back down under. I think what's going to happen with Michelle is that she'll be the one that says what the police said, and most people will think that she's not telling the truth and that she's saying what the police said. And in the court of public opinion, it's whoever everyone agrees with the most. I think is probably what it's going to be, and that's why Angry Alan does what he does. Is he like, you know, jumps ship and switches stories to make sure he's in line with the court of public opinion all the time. Even if, like, you know, publicly he's an arsehole, like, at least people will say, yeah, but he's saying the thing that everyone says is the truth, you know.
I demand all channels, including mine, say sorry. But the only thing is, Michelle, I'm not going to be here to say sorry because tonight is the last video, so I'm not going to do it.
How long are you going to make this video, Eddie?
Well, I don't know. We've been rambling for half hour. I want to do the end song. I'm not going to go over all what I know about Nicola Bully anymore. I'm really not. I've already told you about the dog tag. The dog tag, the reason the dog tag was taken off was so that no one was phoned. And no one was phoned. What they done was, because there was no dog tag on it, they phoned the vet. I've phoned the vet. I've already spoke to the vet myself, and
This interests me because he's phoned the vet now. Like, I don't know at what point Eddie was conducting his investigation. I know they're not the family or anything. And again, I'm going on the trust of his word here, and I do trust his word that he phoned the vet. But the issue for me with my content, you know, I felt comfortable reacting to the things that were put in the public media. Like, that's my sort of, you know, that's what I do on YouTube. Make body language videos and stuff like that. Like, but me phoning up people involved, like if I were to phone her neighbour or phone her parents, like, I'd be like, well, that's a bit excessive of me. And then they specifically said, all these TikTokers and all that, the family want to be left alone. Like, they said that really early doors. So I felt less like trying to become some sort of investigative journalist, which I'm not. I don't have a degree in journalism. Like, I don't know the journalistic ethics, you know, off the top of my head. Or even just turning up as a TikToker. You know, I felt that was a bit of a bridge too far for me. Other people did it. I'm glad they did in some ways because we've got a lot of interesting videos to watch. But, like, you know, for me, my personal ethics, I wasn't going to turn up and start, like, knocking on doors or ringing any phones. But Eddie's giving me the implication here that behind the scenes, he's been in touch with people, i.e. the vet. I think he implies heavily the family, you know, like, that's what I'm to believe he's been doing, like doing his own investigation behind the scenes. And again, like, you know, the door's open for Eddie. I think it would make a really good episode on our channel if he would just come on and sort of say some of the stuff and then say, this is what I've been doing and this is where I've been, and showing me, you know, some of the verification. I don't need to be like, oh, did you though? Show me the receipts. But do you know what I mean? Like, you know, so that we can all go, okay, absolutely, yeah. No, there's no guarantee, there's no arguing about this. You definitely did this. There's the facts, there's the receipts. Then I'd be into that. Like, I think that would make a really good episode, but it feels like Eddie doesn't want to broadcast any of this other information, or maybe he's going to go about it himself quietly and then bring his own thing to the table later. You know, maybe he wants to make his own documentary or write a book or something, or just present the thing to the police. But it feels like behind the scenes he's doing more work than I'm party to. But again, I'm not able to guess what and how much, or even if any, because he's just saying that, you know, infer from what I'm saying, there's this stuff going on behind the scenes. And so, part of me trusts him and says, I'm interested to see what Eddie comes up with his behind the scenes investigation. And another part of me says, I will wait till I see it, because I've been on the internet a long time and a lot of people have talked a lot of shit. So
have confirmed they got a call and they didn't know whose the dog was. The vet said that they had actually recommended that they take the dog.
Anyway, this is dog tag business.
We watch along as he has, and I can't believe it. And as for Emma White covering her face early on, I'm going to show you that clip again in the end.
Yeah, we all agree with that.
I'm really sorry. You know, I've been really kind about you, Louise. I know for a fact.
And he talks about the family.
Once. And you think about that. In every 2 weeks, he walked the dog once. He didn't walk the dog. She
dog.
So really say 70, 75% accidental death, 20, 25%. The family were really cut up about it. And when people say the family are not listening to these channels, yes, they are. You really don't think they're listening to me? Of course they are. They're listening to me talk. They know I'm real. They know that I'm recording this. I'm not going to edit this tonight. I'm just throwing it out there. This is me talking. This is just me being real for you.
You could always come on a live with us and be 100% real with us as well. Like, we believe you're real. Like, I'm not at any point undermining Eddy and anything he says. I'm asking openly for my own journalistic integrity, or like, you know, sense of the truth, to just be able to go that one step further and like verify and validify and, you know, all that. And like, you know, when we talk about people coming forward and talking, if Eddy's doing all this investigation, like, the door is always open to come on the show and show me the investigation and receive the flowers for all the job you're doing, because I think you deserve it. And I think it's also a bit of a shame that because he has to keep this, it would explain why he has to keep some of it hidden in just a second, I think.
Let's do the end song. When someone dies.
Oh, not the end song, okay. What he said in this, which I've skipped over maybe, was that, I'm paraphrasing now, so let's just be fair. But he said that if he would, the family were, he basically said that the family are worried that Paul might move away with the children, and that if they go against, like, me reading between the lines here is that if Paul gets wind that they're going against him, then he's going to say, grandparents and sister, I don't want you seeing the children. You're going to tell these children that I killed their mom. I'm taking them away. And so they don't want that. So they have to play Paul, and they have to say to Paul, like, you know, it's all right, Paul, we believe you. Like, you know, that's ridiculous. We think, no, so they don't lose the kids. So that's really serious business. And if that's happening behind the scenes, they've told they've told Eddy, you can't reveal certain information because Paul will get wind of it and then he'll be taking the kids. That's serious business, and I totally understand that. And like, it's a really difficult one. It's a rock and a hard place. And I was talking earlier about the rock and the hard place. Ernie's one of the rock and the hard place things, and Paul's the other, isn't he? Because if Paul gets wind of them turning on him, he might lose. They might take the kids. So that's, if Eddy has been supplied with information by Ernie or Dorothy, then even if it's 100% fact, Eddy doesn't want to publicly expose it to be fact, because then they lose the kids. That's the jeopardy involved, isn't it? So that's possibly why Eddy's quite angry with me for saying I want receipts, because he can't show me the receipts, and I'm smart enough to understand why he can't show me the receipts. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have said this on the internet, but he's asked me to infer and read between the lines on his content, and he said that stuff about Paul. Like, I just skipped over it, so maybe I shouldn't.
Suspect him, you could lose the children. You know that, of course you do. But really kind about you, Louise. I know for a damn fact you've had no knowledge and you don't know nothing about this. And the reason you're doing the right thing is because you know, if you guys turn against Paul and suspect him, you could lose the children. You know that, of course you do. But listen, don't rule out Paul leaving the area anyway. Don't rule that out. When this is all over, there's a very good chance he's going to say, that's your lot. And you don't think that Dot and Ernie are frightened about that?
So that's the concept there about why we can't reveal some of this behind the scenes stuff, maybe. So I understand. Eddy said it there explicitly, so I'm not just like, you know, blowing the lid here. So my take on that is simply that I understand it. It's rock and a hard place shit. And I don't want to, like, I mean, how can I suggest what anyone should do in this situation? But I don't know, maybe you can say what you feel you would do in chat with this, you know, with this situation. But Betsy B says it sounds like rumours. Like, I don't know whether you're talking about specifically something in chat or whether what we're hearing now sounds like rumours. But yeah, unless I've got some backup of like, this is what, the thing is, this is Eddy's, maybe I should do a whole video called Eddy's story, you know, and like Eddy's presentation of the facts as he sees them, his, you know, the places he's given the clues as to where he's got the information, and his narrative as to what happened on the day. Not his narrative, but it could be the truth, you know, as to what happened on the day. The hypothesis, you know, Eddy's hypothesis. So that's what's going on there, and that sums it up, doesn't it? Is that he can't be explicit because they could lose the kids. And if you're in that rock and that hard place yourself, I wonder what you would choose to do. Like, I wonder how you would stop Paul from running away with the kids. Like, that's the question, isn't it? If you come out against Paul, how can you stop Paul going against the kids? So I guess we'll do an episode on that together, maybe. You know, I'd rather hear what Eddy wants to say about that, because Eddy's brought it up as a concept, and if I then go ahead and do an episode on it, I will, you know, it's all about Eddy's context. So I'd rather Eddy was just there so we could have the chat. What do you think about this? But that's an interesting aspect of that now. And that's Eddy's content there now, summed up in this, you know, rock and a hard place predicament, I suppose. Whether I'm to trust it really is solid information coming from Ernie, or misinformation coming from Emma, or, you know, I don't know. But I can understand why he can't expose it on the internet for me to know. So it's all left in the balance of how much I believe and what I believe based on what Eddy said. And I like Eddy. I think he's a decent... I mean, I don't know him. I like him. I'm inviting him on the show and all that. I've never met him, and I don't know anything about him other than he's made these videos. So, like, I get a good vibe off him. But, you know, I'm not... Like, you haven't got... What do I know? And what do you know? So I don't know. So I'd rather get to know. Let's get to know. That's how you make friends. Yeah, that's Eddy's side of this thing, isn't it? And now he's going to do the end song, and we don't have to listen to that. I think I defended myself. I think, you know, Eddy had a pop at me in a way. Pop at me. Eddy talked about me briefly in his video and made a point mainly about my content and which direction I was taking the channel in. And the Super Chuffer channel is safe. That's in the bank. Ooh, that's in the bank. That's safe. You take that home. That's yours. That you keep that. But do you want to gamble and have a look over here at these other channels? Because it's fine. It's fine. We've got more though. We've got more now because Angry Alan doesn't stop, does he? So next on the list, let's get one of these other windows out. Let's get a new more windows than Buckingham Palace, mate. Let's get a new window out. So we've got Armchair Detective next on the list. And Eddy's made his video and Armchair Detective's not happy. So Armchair Detective's made his video now to reply.
Armchair Detective here. I'm being inundated by emails and requests.
I think you mean inundated.
Armchair Detective here. I'm being inundated by emails.
I'm being inundated by emails.
Armchair Detective here. I'm being inundated by emails and requests under my video.
I love these pictures that he does with the words and the
to apologise to another creator. I don't mention other creators, and I won't.
You're mentioning one right now, and Alan. There's no way Alan's going to apologise. He's a narcissist. He's not apologising, is he? Like, we know that's going to happen. Not going to happen. 3-minute video. Let's see what he says.
Do in this case.
Big ups, Eddy in chat.
But I must just say first of all that all information on Nicola Bully that's in the media, Facebook, and everywhere else is there for the public to use. No one person, not even I, can watch everybody's channel.
So Alan's saying that all the information that's out there is for everyone to use. That's not exactly true, is it? Because you've got things like copyright law and plagiarism. And like, if I write a song, like your song sounds like my song, yeah, so what? Songs sound the same. It's not like that, is it? Like, your film's got the exact same plot as my film. Well, so what? Film plots can be the same. Like, it's not quite like that, is it? You've got all the same characters in your video game. Like, yeah, so what? Characters can be the same. Like, there are blurred lines and grey areas, but in YouTube, we're not fortunate enough to have any sort of plagiarism protection. If someone wanted to go so far as to, you know, run a court case, they could probably, you know, in the truth of it, because we're publishing content, media producers, you know, they could probably run their own private civil case, but I don't know if there's any protection against it on YouTube. So just simply saying it's out there, therefore it's mine, is a bit rich, isn't it? But, you know, we all know where the line... Well, we all know that the lines are a bit blurry, but when you cross them egregiously... egregious? You say that every time when you talk about Alan. Look, Kirsty. Don't shout at your mom. Right, so, when you've really crossed it, like when you're using other people's content wholesale, ripping it and uploading it to your channel, like Alan does, or when you're taking everything they've said and saying it yourself as if you've just thought it up, like Alan does.
I know they all think I watch their channels. I don't.
Of course you fucking do.
When I do use some information, I give credit and post links and try, like Maria Suarez, I work with them.
There was a couple of instances where people have been fooled into working with you on your channel, or foolish enough to do so, and there have been instances where you've given some credit. Yes, but it doesn't mean that that's the... Oh, the wig's gone. It doesn't mean that that's the day in, day out business of your channel, does it? It's a ridiculous defence.
Mind Juice, I work with them.
You don't work with Mind Juice. You don't work with them. You just sometimes use their content and they don't seem to get eggy, which is bizarre to me. Like, when I say use their content, like literally, you know, we're going to watch a Mind Juice video, like the way I'm watching Alan's content today, you know, using his content like that and reacting and talking maybe, but also subtly by taking ideas from them at other times and not giving them credit where you don't feel it's due. What we're saying here, Alan, is that sometimes credit's due and sometimes credit's just not due, so shut the fuck up.
Guy seems to think I'm stealing all his content. And now he's saying he's going to close down his channel if I don't apologise. Look, If I was using his content, I would say so.
But you were, so go ahead.
I can't apologise, so you people that like watching him will get him to make more videos. I can't.
What? So you couldn't even apologize? Right, get this. Alan's saying, I don't think I'm wrong in this instance, right? Which is bizarre. Like, we all know he's 100% wrong. You've had it loads and loads in the chat. Everyone knows he's in denial. That's a good one in chat. In denial. I'm in denial. No, wait, me. I'm in denial. What am I in denial? Why am I in denial? Wait, I don't want to be in denial. Alan's so far in denial. They've built him a pyramid. Ba-dum-dum-tsh. Denial. Like Denial River. Right, forget it. So.
Can't lie. I would say so. I can't apologise.
He won't apologise because he doesn't feel he's done a thing wrong. But the other thing that's bugging me here is that he realises that if he wanted to, he could just say sorry anyway. Like, if I didn't agree with what Eddy had said today, I could still say sorry if Eddy was hurt. Like, if I didn't, okay, you know, I might not really, but instead of pushing and arguing, like, I could say, Eddy, I don't want you to be hurt, so I'm just going to say, look, listen, I'm sorry about this. I mean, I didn't, but that is also legit, isn't it, if I want to do that? I don't know, it's a bit like, am I saying it for real? I am for real saying sorry, you know, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't want you to be hurt, just calm down, everything's okay. Like, Alan won't even say sorry just to help another creator. Look, I know you feel bad. Like, imagine you're Alan and you don't believe you nicked the video, which is ridiculous because of course you know you have. Like, you say, look, I'm sorry you feel that way. I really, like, you know, I've looked at your video and there's loads of good ideas in there, and look how they match up with my ideas, and mine is slightly different here, but yours are all the same here. So I'm saying it looks that way. I'm sorry, you know, I really apologise. I'm not going to do it again. In fact, I'm going to watch all your videos in future to make sure that I don't overlap. How about that? Or something like that, you know, but he can't even do that just to placate and move forward and have everyone have like a happy feeling. No, fuck that.
So you people that like watching
now.
him will get him to make more videos. I can't lie.
I can't lie, but you are lying now. You're a liar.
I can't lie. With regards to
I can't lie twice. Repeat the, you know, drum that in. I can't lie. I can't lie. Who would say something like I can't lie, except a liar?
the accusation that I've stolen another creator's work, and it's always stolen, plagiarised, nicked, in last night's show, I can confirm this is completely untrue.
Isn't it weird though, right? Alan just pointed it out then. It keeps happening. It's not just me. Truth Finders the other day, they allowed the spanners to suggest the work to Alan, and he used it and twisted his words and twisted the words of the Truth Finders, and they were unhappy. It's since the you know, it goes all the way back to the start of his channel where he didn't find the shadows and someone else did. You know, it keeps going. It happens. It happens. It happens. There's me now. There's Eddy's vinyl break as well. Like, isn't it not weird that the common denominator is Alan?
As you will see in the screenshot on your screen, this information has been in the
That
public
looks fully.
domain.
That looks fully legit to me. Look, that looks fully legit. Definitely. Then I'm sold on this. Someone's scrubbed some of it out in red, most of it in red. So it's definitely real though, because it says screenshot share inbox, which all of my screenshots say screenshot share inbox on them. And February the 5th, 2023 at the bottom there, so 100%. I'm going to take that to the bank.
Since February the 5th.
Bad gambler, I'm out of jail. The Chuffragettes got me out of jail. They all sent an email to this fucking French company that had done me for the copyright on Eurovision. Like, you wouldn't believe the power of the Chuffragettes. They all sent emails to the, and I'm so grateful. We gave 200 notes to the Dogs Trust, not the Dogs Trust, the blind dogs, the dogs for the blind people, the dogs for the, you know what I mean. I gave, so grateful. They all sent emails, and then so to celebrate, I gave 200 notes to the. So that was nice. That's on behalf of them and this company, Blue Efficients, who were good enough to actually, you know, ditch the copyright strike and just bin it off. Thanks to them. I was really, really grateful to everyone involved. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Out of jail. Back on top.
February the 5th, which is the point I began my research on the dog tag.
This says, I said the other day my auntie lives in St Michael's. Turns out it was her that found the phone and the dog. She initially left the phone as she thought it may belong to someone fishing somewhere on the river. It was only when another dog walker turned up and recognised the dog that they contacted her husband. So someone on February the 5th says that her auntie was the original phone holder, left it alone, and then later on other people found it. So it's a bit fishy in itself. Isn't it? It's a bit like a weird, right, you've got a new piece of evidence, a new witness that hasn't been involved in the case, hasn't been public, but is apparently real, and it was your auntie as well, so that's convenient. I wonder sometimes whether people want to be quite, a bit of attention or whatever, but this sounds a bit weird. Anyway, it might be real, and then that says nothing about the fucking dog tag. The whole point is whether it goes on about the dog tag.
Dog tag months ago.
No.
Research on the dog tag. I mentioned the dog tag months ago.
Why did you start research on the dog tag when someone sent you a message about a phone?
I didn't show the dog tag because I couldn't read the names. I didn't show the dog tag because I couldn't read the names. The reason I used the dog tag last night, because I wanted to prove that either the dog tag was there or it wasn't. If it was there, they should have contacted the bullies straight away. If it wasn't, then why would...
You're now repeating Eddie's content. The thing that he was so mad about, Alan's now popping it in this video as well, as if it's his own content again. No, Eddie. Since February the 5th, when this woman sent me some fucking random thing that may or may not be true, I've been on that dog tag since before you sent me an email about it, Eddie, specifically Eddie, and since before you did your video, Eddie, and then you did your video, and then a couple of weeks goes past, which is what Alan, he's got like a barometer of like, oh well, it's gone about a certain time, now I think I'll do someone else's video, like, or some things he has to jump on overnight, but like this one, why are you saying it again? It will only make Eddie more cross. To refuse to apologise, to say that you don't think you're wrong, and then to reiterate the exact point of contention, this content, and to say it that it's yours, and then to say the content itself. It's like the worst kind of response to it. It's not an apology, that's for sure.
Was it taken off? That's it. I don't know anything about this guy's video. I've had a look on his channel.
How, if you don't know anything about it, were you able to parrot fashion read it verbatim? Like, it's like me saying I don't know anything about the movie Titanic, but I've come up with this story about a posh lady and a kind of like, scruffy young urchin. I should do a film that I've actually seen, actually. Shouldn't I? I don't know anything about the fucking deer hunter, but I've come up with this idea for a film, and there's these lads and they all work at this factory, and one of them's getting married, and you think it's all just, a strange day that it's like almost like one big long day that we're going on. They finish up at the factory, they get married, they have beers, and it's all good, and then you realise they're off to war, and then things go bad and they end up in these cages and they have to do this Russian roulette, and like Robert De Niro is well fucking tough, and so is, I tell you what, Christopher Walken's like some nutter, and like they Mao, and they got the guns. Mao, I've never seen The Deer Hunter, bear in mind. I've never seen this guy's videos. I'm just coming up with my own ideas here. And they've got the gun. They're going, Mao. And then he's like, slaps him. And he's going, Mao. And he's like, Mikey, you just be strong. And like, you just be strong. And like, they click. Oh my God. And he doesn't go. And then he's like, I need more bullets in the gun. And you're like, what are you doing? You're crazy. And he's like, I need more bullets in the gun. And like, and then he kills them. And then they get out and they escape. And then, but Christopher Walken's so fucked up that I've never seen the film. I've never listened to this guy's videos before, but Christopher Walken's so fucked up that he ends up like staying out there and just like doing this for a living, like it's some crazy psychotic gambling game where he doing Robert De Niro has to go back and find him. I've never seen The Deer Hunter, obviously. I've never seen this guy's videos. I've never seen The Deer Hunter, so I'm just making up my own stories. So don't get confused, because I'm Alan.
Off. That's it. I don't know anything about this guy's video. I've had a look on his channel now. I can't find it. If he did it, good luck to him. It's nothing to do with me. I got this screenshot sent to me. Now, all of us, right, get stuff sent to us.
If you got this screenshot sent to you, there's no way you're talking about the dog tag, because it mentions nothing about the dog tag.
By subscribers who pretend they found things, when in fact they watched a channel.
Hang on,
by
wait.
Subscribers who to me. Now, all of us, right, get stuff sent to us by subscribers who pretend they found things.
all of us get stuff sent to us by subscribers who pretend they found things. To be honest, I don't get sent a lot by people who pretend they found things. I get a lot of stuff by people who have found things. Like, I get a few from people who are not watching other videos and shit like that. They're just finding things. But I don't know about pretending. Like, if I follow it up and I look into it, quite often it's true. But there might be people who are pretending. I don't get a lot of them myself. Maybe you get more of them, Alan.
When in fact they watched a channel and trying to get like a pat on the back from me, say, look what I found.
So your subscribers are that manipulated. What he's saying is, you know, he's got these spanners and like, you know, it's some kind of psychological manipulation that he does to them. They want their little pat on the back for bringing him the little information. So they're that prepared to do it that they will dredge other people's channels for him so he doesn't have to watch the videos himself. That's fine then. That's fine then. What does Mimp mindlessly into plagiarism?
Mother M-I-M-P.
Yeah.
They don't say I found it on Joe Bloggs' channel. They say, look.
Why wouldn't they? Why don't you ask them? Where did you find that? How do you know this? That's the first question you should ask about any piece of information you're being served that you're going to present on your channel. Because you're obliged, like, as the person doing the broadcast, you're responsible for what you say, whether it's misinformation or rubbish or whatever. So you want to check it. Like, that's like rule one in creating content. Make sure you know what you're saying.
What I found. And they send me screenshots. This is February the 5th, Rob.
But it doesn't have anything to do with the dog tag.
It's February the 5th. What more can I say? I can't apologise for something I haven't done.
You can apologise for something you have done. And you can also apologise for something that you don't feel that you've done, but you want to be good about it. But none of that's coming through with you, Alan. What you're saying is, fuck you, all the people that... He wasn't directly saying fuck you to who he won't mention on his channel, Eddy. He who will not mention, like, for some reason, which is weird, because, like, we all know what we're talking about here, apart from the people that somehow don't, and you're going to talk around it for them. It's weird. Who are these people that don't understand what's going on, Alan? And why are you keeping them in the dark, right? So... it's Eddy we're talking about, and he won't apologise to him. And besides that, all these people who have emailed him, fuck you, the people that have emailed him as well. Fuck you, them too. Fuck you too. Fuck all of you, is what he said to me there.
Now, if I was another creator, I wouldn't give up making videos because I didn't like another creator.
You are a content... if I was a content creator, you are supposed to be a content creator. What's going on? I'm starting to think that maybe... he's not even editing his own videos. I'm starting to wonder whether Alan goes on a ramble, has some pictures, and someone else sort of collages them together. Do you know what I mean? Because some of his videos, he's talking, and then he sort of stops talking, and then it's him again, but from a different, like, recording session. It's all a bit weird, isn't it? If I was making content, you are making content, aren't you?
I wouldn't give up making videos.
Bit weird.
February the 5th. What more can I say? I can't apologise for something I haven't done.
You arsehole.
Now, if I was another creator, I wouldn't give up making videos because I didn't like another creator, honestly. And to turn it on me, and to turn all your supporters on me, saying you're not going to make videos because of AD, don't you think that's rather cruel to a man that can hardly walk at the moment?
Oh my God. Because of his bad knee, you can't call him out on his bullshit behaviour. Fuck off. Like, no. Like, I'm not having any of that. Like, he is about you. Eddy's angry because you specifically keep stealing his content. It is about you. That's what's made him angry. Right. So it's not, oh, I'm going to find a way to contrive to shut down my channel. I'm going to blame it on Alan. Yeah, let's find a way to blame it on Alan. Right, what I'll do is I'll say, because of Alan, I'm angry. And then, like, no, he's had a reaction to what you've been doing. And I've said it earlier, Eddy wants to stop making videos. I've decided to make videos about Alan. They're different paths. They're different paths. You know, grasshopper. Do you know what I mean? Like, choose your path, grasshopper. But it's up to you, like, what you enjoy as well. So, for me, I can't. I'm not going to stop. But I think it's a bit harsh to be like, fuck you, Eddy, for deciding to stop making videos, like, and blaming it on me. Like, it is you. So now Eddy's response. I mean, whatever Eddy had done, Alan's going to say fuck you. Eddy's decided to be passive, and Alan's going to have a pop at him for that. That's a bit unfair.
World of Bane. You're setting all these people on me. I think the person that released this screenshot on February the 5th should receive an apology from this creator.
He didn't set anyone on you.
The person that released this screenshot on February the 5th should receive an apology from this creator for using their content.
Well, let's see that screenshot because we've just seen it and he didn't say anything about the fucking thing.
Where does it end? Where does it end? I can't apologise because I didn't
this?
steal it from you. Here's the screenshot that proves it.
What? Wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. When I'm on a mic, you're going to get with it. In it to win it. I've seen it and been it. I'll take you all down to the outer limits. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. When I'm on the mic, you're going to get with it. Not this one, I don't want that window. That's for our chat sometimes. Let's just take the frame off. And on the edge here. So this is the big screenshot that's going to, like, you know, bust everything open. Because it looks a lot like one of those pictures of the fucking thing that you recently have been putting on your screen, yeah? And this is a continuation of that message from earlier. So we've got, earlier we had this picture. It's probably easier to see if I actually go onto his own chuffing Beaclet Jog with the £5 super chat. Big ups. Big ups. Set other server for the content. Yeah, no, that's absolutely. You're not nicking any subs. We can share subs. If people want to hear about that stuff you're talking about, then yeah, set up a server and we'll put it there, or you put it there, like, and have the people talk about it there. Absolutely, like that's cool. Like, I'm not angry at you for that. Like, it's just it was too much. I went on Discord and there was quite a lot of it, and I was like, fucking hell. Like, you know, so all good in the hood. Like, and thanks for the super chat. And it's not to nick my subs. Like, go over there and look at it. If people are on the Discord and they want to, I don't know where it is, or if you've got a channel or whatever, you know, absolutely. You know, people can go and look at that. I'm not. People can do more than one. They can subscribe to more than one channel, and they can watch more than one video. So like, it's fine. Like, we actually share subs in a way. It's like a good thing, like cross pollination. So what am I looking for now? Armchair Chuffer again. And even if we have the contrasting opinions, people can still watch the different channels as well. So it's fine. I'm not angry about people watching other channels. If you're on YouTube watching stuff, then you might watch some of my stuff as well. And like, you know, that's nice. Thanks. So Alan put this up as a community post. Here's the screenshot, yeah? It's off his phone, isn't it? So there's the message. Screenshot share inbox. And everything's read out. So the red is when he's put and done some, you know, photoshopping. Bad photoshopping, but he's done some. So we know that this has been manipulated, this image. Again, why would you... I know you don't want to have their names and stuff in it, but why would you not just crop off the top? Or something like... Or like just midway somewhere. Like, the manipulation aspect of it makes me worry. But yeah, and then what we've got is, at the bottom here, it kind of finishes funny, doesn't it? Look, there's like the end of a message bar or something. And that's cropped. So it's almost like there's a screenshot of a screenshot of a screenshot, is it? Is that what we're doing now? I don't know. But it's cut off there, and on top of there is posted this picture, which has some words, someone's name maybe, and apparently they're sharing this screenshot. And this screenshot is tiny, but it's of a video on YouTube of the dog tag. So the screenshot is of a YouTube video. So if this was legit and Alan's really seen this early doors, he knows it's somebody else's YouTube video. And I can't hardly see what it says at the top of the YouTube video. Like, it's so tiny what it says, but that's the name of the YouTube video that it is watching, yeah? And then the problem I've got with this is that underneath it, there seems to be some image here underneath it. It's like, what's going on here, Alan? Where are you, Chuffer? Here, look. See, there's like underneath it there, there's like a little bit of blue. That's like a blue Facebook logo or something, isn't it? So this picture on the right, this screenshot of a video, has been dumped on top of that logo. So it's almost like, instead of showing me the next message properly, you've got your most recent picture of this fucking thing and put it over the top of your... Like, just photoshopped it on really badly. So it doesn't look like proof that I knew about this months ago. It looks like proof that you're just shit at Photoshop and have just dumped that on there. Like, oh, I'm just going to take a photo from yesterday's one and then just dump it on there. Like, if only I could see the detail on that better, which I don't think I'm going to be able to be honest, because what we're going to do, we'll get it up big, but sorry, I'm not paying attention to chat on a Frau. Hang on. Are you all good in chat? Are you all good in chat? Is everyone good in chat? Let me know you're still having a good time while I do this stupidly intricate little bit of messing about. covering the logo. Who's covering the logo? All right, here we go. Look, that's blowing it up makes it worse. What is it? It's something one? Is it like 21 or something? It'll be. Is it like someone's uploaded a video? Like, I don't know what Eddy's video about the dog tag was called, and I don't know, you know. But there's, for anyone that wants to go deep like that, there's that image there of whatever Alan's posted on. It could be his own video, because what Alan sometimes does is, it's like, could it be 21 May 2023? MAY, you know, could it just be like that? Because what Alan sometimes does is he'll post his own videos up and then use them in his content, like I do, like lots of people do. Beaclet Jog, yeah, I'm straight up. I'm not on this BS on YouTube. Thought I'd save you a headache, but look up your private message on Discord. All right, big ups to Beaclet Jog. Thanks very much for the £5 super chat. This is just what this is today. Like, you know, Alan and Alan and Eddy are having a rumble, so I'm just like explaining it all, and then instead of everyone watching Alan's video later where he's expecting extra views from it, they can all watch our live rebroadcast of that particular bit, and then, you know, they don't have to watch all of his crap. Hooray. So I think that might say something about the day of the time of the recording of the video, and I'm surprised if it's on there you haven't seen that it's a YouTube video and asked, like, you know, whose YouTube video is that, and why are you sharing it with me, where's it come from? Like, it looks to me like a bad copy and paste job on top. Just like a picture of the YouTube video stuck on there. So as if to say, because this says nothing about the dog tag, does it? Nothing about it at all. And then, oh yeah, but it's about the dog tag. Look, there's the dog tag, so shut up. Weird, isn't it? Like, fucking weird the way Alan has presented this to us like it's evidence.
Here's the screenshot that proves it.
Oh, it's bigger now. So he's
Armchair detective here. At the moment is in a world of pain. Another the stuff sent to us by subscribers who pretend.
So, I think he's not right, is he? When's he supposed to have known about this from until, like, what's the... I forgot. This is when they say you shouldn't smoke too much dope. This is where I need to not smoke so much dope. Is like, I've forgotten the date parameters that we're even supposed to be looking at. Like, I knew about it since then, and I knew about it since when, and like, he's saying he knew about it since Feb 5th, 2023. So if you knew about it since Feb 5th, 2023, I'm expecting this to say something either February or January. Like, it can't say anything later than, can it? And we assume that's a date because it's like a number, a word, and then like it looks like 2023 at the end, I'm guessing, as a date, wouldn't it be? I mean, it could be anything. It could be any three. It could be 2 letters and 2 words, whatever. But you make up your own mind. I think is that February the 5th or some date? Because he's got this message on February the 5th, so it can't be, the date can't be beyond February the 5th. If the date looks beyond February the 5th, it's definitely a lie. If the date looks like it's February the 5th or before, which it can't be 2 numbers if it's February the 5th, can it? Unless it says 05. Does that say 01? It's a YouTube video as well. Where's somebody, who has this person got this screenshot of this, you know, YouTube video from? I think it looks harder to see like that. On my screen, when I zoom it down on my screen, when it's littler, I actually think it looks like 21st of May, 2023. That's what I think it says. You can each have your own opinion. I'm not talking about what's on the actual dog tag. I'm talking about on the top left corner, the dating of the video. Because Alan's saying that this video, this screenshot of this video proves that he's known about this since February the 5th. So if that date is later than... Because the screenshot he's showing us is from February the 5th. He's telling us. So if it's not from February the 5th, or if this date doesn't tie up that it could be, then it's clearly a lie. And obviously it's clearly a lie, so I don't know why I'm wasting so much time over this. It's obviously a fucking lie.
Thank you. And if you could kindly not inundate my channel with accusations of stealing and give credit and apologise. I can't apologise for something I haven't done. It wouldn't be morally right to apologise for something I haven't done. Thank you.
He's never going to apologise, is he? He's just an arsehole. And then the last, I think, 5 seconds of his video play out with nothing. I'm just checking in case he said anything at the end. but it's several seconds of silence at the end. I don't know why, but there are several seconds of silence at the end on Alan's video there. So that's Alan's response to keep saying Martin now, because it's so used to Alan and Martin being in the same headspace, to Eddy. That's Alan's response. Message to all creators, don't stop making content and blame AD.
Armchair detective here.
Intimidated by all this and blame AD intimidated by all this nonsense. And he's written in it, which we can do the community post because it's the same thing I think, but he's written in it. It's to distract me from the case. I'm better than that. I will not be intimidated by all this nonsense. My view on a dog tag is my view. Content is about the case. Please send AD the vid that he used to ADsubs at, like, that's the email address. Like, it's a bullshit email address they don't check, that they're not interested in, so that it's like, so that you can spam that and they don't care. Yeah. The Nicola Bully content is near done, so the channels are eating each other, turning on each other as their views slow down. Dog eat dog. Well, not AD. I will stay in my lane, thanks. It's all turned into a fucking weird conspiracy about the Nicola Bully content is near done. I don't think it is. Like, you're not the content police, or like, for Alan, it's never ending, but for everyone else, it's near done. I've still got quite a few interesting things to say about it. Thank you very much. But anyway, apparently he's going to stay in his lane. Stop using AD as clickbait. What? All of his videos are like, I've got this amazing thing to tell you, and like for an hour we'll talk about nothing, and then I'll say something that now after an hour you've sort of forgot it was supposed to be that amazing or whatever, but yeah, here's a little thing, and it might not be true anyway, but you know, shut up, we've got another half hour of this before I ask you for money. I won't be dictated to. I'm dealing with a horrible operation. Shame on you. All you needed to do was email me. You took his video wholesale and did it as an episode. He has never before saw your vid. Where is it? Rich for a bloke tagging his vids. Armchair detective lol. Using my name as bait. So funny. No, he tagged you in the video so that you would watch it. When he's talking to you or about you. It's kind of like as a courtesy thing in a way. School's out. If I don't apologise, I'll scream and scream till I'm sick. Come on, don't close your channel and blame AD. Own yourself. The descent into disgusting swearing rants shows the tube's not for you. I'm not here to be attacked. Like, this is all intimidation by Alan on, like, it's a weird one because this bit is intimidation from Alan to Eddy, but Eddy's already said he's not going to make any more videos, so Alan's got an easy target now, and he's going to, like, he's going to try and shut the lid on it. Like, this is intimidation. Eddy should see this as an intimidation and answer it and, like, say, no, you're not going to silence me. Like, that's the way I feel about it. That's why I make a lot of videos on Alan, because he tried to intimidate me in the same way. Like, the YouTube's not for you. Like, having a critique, oh, YouTube's not for you, you know, get back in your lane and all this shit. Ask yourself, why do it this way? My advice after 5 years is stay in Ute lane and cut out the ego, little man. With regard to the, I put little man, you know what his tone is. With regard to the accusation that I've stolen another creator's work in last night's show, are you all alright in chat? You've got loads of green hearts popping off. You're all good, aren't you? Big ups. I can confirm this is completely untrue. Like, Alan, with regard to the accusation I've stolen another creator's work in last night's show, I can confirm that this is completely untrue. Oh, I'm glad we sorted that out then. Your confirmation that it's completely untrue. As you will see from the attached screenshot, this information has been in the public domain since 5th of February, and the point where I began my research from. Now, I can't remember when Eddy made his first video on the dog tag, to be honest, but it's irrelevant how public it's been and for how long, really. Although we've just had a good look and your screenshots look like they were photoshopped on a potato. On occasion, when I do use video footage from other creators, it's with their full permission and full credit is always given. Glad we cleared that up then. We've cleared it up so much that Alan feels like tonight's live should be a big red face Paul. Paul's at home the truth. Paul's timeline shows Willow found at 10:15 deep dive plus dog tag gate. He's called it dog tag gate. He's invented a thing for it. Dog tag gate. He won't play with me, he'll play with Eddy. It's fucked up, isn't it? He won't play with me, but he'll play with Eddy. It's not fair in a way. He's scared of me, he won't play with me. He'll play with Eddy. Dog tag gate. Eddy's not going to make any more videos, so Alan's labelled it dog tag gate, and now it's just like a one-sided argument. Did Eddie deleted his stuff? That's a big step, isn't it? Have a quick check since we're talking about it. We'll have a quick check. That'd be a shame, because I didn't record any of it, right? And there was lots of information I would have liked to have gone back over and referred to, so I was getting my story straight, you know. He did a while ago, didn't he? Is it all gone? So there's no way, like, some of the things I say can't be completely validated unless, like, you know, those videos still exist, but, you know, I stand by everything I've said anyway. Is Eddie on Twitter? I don't know. I imagine he'll probably watch this and he'll probably, like, be interested in what Alan's got to say about him, because, like, most people care about what people are saying about them on the internet. Like, to a certain extent, who and why, and, like, you know, that's not to say that, like, you know, everything that's said about me on the internet takes my attention, but, IKEA Hearts, yeah, big ups to the IKEA Hearts, the Mimps, the Mimp crew.
Mother MIMP.
So what are we at now? It's 8 o'clock, and Alan's not going to go live till 9:30. So I think it's probably a good idea to take a break. Like, today's episode has been covering dog tag gate up to the point of, I've covered Eddie made a video. He talked about this shit going on. This sort of shit's happened to me. I make videos about Alan for that reason. And then Eddie, like, said some stuff about me in the video, so I talked about that as well. I still think Eddie's cool. For everything I've said about not knowing who, you know, the person behind the mask, so to speak, like, I still think he comes across as a really genuine person, and I'd love to have him on the show and for him to, you know, say all his side of things, and as much or as little as he wanted to, you know, get it out there. I think it'd be a good show. So, you know, and on the proper one, on the main channel, on Thus, you know, if he wants to be an official guest on the main big thing, you know, you can do that. Did I see the picture of me? No. I didn't know. Oh, you mean an armchair detective picture? You mean this picture? Yeah. Yeah, I'm wearing the... I don't have a cravat. My face isn't all dented in either, is it? Is my face dented in? Because, like, you see me in profile sometimes when I'm looking at this, so, like, but I don't think my face is dented in. Is it? Is my face dented in? Now I feel self-conscious about my dented face. I'm pretty sure my face is not dented in. I'm not going to be able to critique his art at length right now, but, you know, obviously it's crap. There are some really big mistakes he makes every time, and I'd love to fill everyone in on what they are, but I think I'll let him make them a few more times before we even start talking about them. Whether he'll expand beyond them in his own time is another question, but for the moment he keeps making these very similar mistakes, like glaring errors in the art style world. In art, this is bad. It's all bad. I see a graveyard behind me. I see a graveyard, and then a sort of perception of maybe heaven, sunny skies beyond, all cum everywhere. Like, it's painted with his finger, or cum painted on with his finger. Cum all over my face. Cum, I shouldn't have said that on the internet. Someone would clip that and make it into a song. Am I going to view tonight's AD session? Exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen. AD is going to have a pop, isn't he? He's going to go nuts. So rather than he get all the views for all the drama that he's created, what we're going to do is we're going to watch this live tonight. Get home 11:20 a.m. it says. Paul's at home, the truth. Which is weird because you'd want people to turn up for when your broadcast is 10:15 a.m. No, 9:30 p.m. All these times. But yeah, there's an hour and a half between now and then. So I'm going to take a break. I need to use the bathroom. I might as well not stop the stream and go quickly. And I just, you know, why don't we stop now? We'll all have a break and we'll reconvene in an hour and a half, yeah? How about that? Because this episode, it stands for as its own. It's the episode where we talked about Eddy. And you know what? I'll finish it with this. Eddy usually finishes with a song, so I might finish with one of my own songs. So I'm not trying to drag this out any longer than it needs to be. But, what I was going to say, Eddy shouldn't, in my opinion, now he's giving me some advice. He's giving me advice. My advice to him, I don't know if he cares or wants to hear it, but is to take a break from it if he feels like it's making him angry. That's always a big one. Like if you feel it's actually getting under your skin and it's actually getting to you, you know, being able to, I don't know, like discipline or fight battles or whatever. Like if you're flared up inside, it's not going to, you know, it's like being in a boxing match. Like the one who's the most angry and flared up and angry, they're going to lose control. So that's Alan. You need to be chill, like be chill, and then make decisions based on like a chill perspective. You know, sleep on it and stuff. I would suggest to keep making videos. You know, keep making content, and even if you want, like, you know, Eddy's got this really comedic, like characters, expressive side. So I would, you know, maybe even say it doesn't have to be about Nicola Bully. Just make like a fun Grandad video or something. Like, you know, just make some content for content's sake, like you were doing with the music. And then maybe come back to the Nicola Bully when you feel, or whatever it is, when you feel like doing it. Like, let your heart guide you. So if you want to stop. That's fine. But a rash decision because you're angry about Alan and he's nicked your content and this and that, that's, you know, that's not, shouldn't be the definition of your future on YouTube, in my opinion. But that's my opinion and that's my advice. But you can do what the fuck you want because I don't care. Like, honestly, like, it's fine. I'll support it. It's not that I don't care. It's that I will support you either way. I'll be supportive of your choices. That's fine. So, wait. Do you want a rap or do you want a song? You want the raps, don't you? Really? I haven't got loads of them. I need to put some new ones in. But we'll just quickly finish on a hip hoppy, rappy. I've only got 3, haven't I? Really? Maybe we don't play that. What music should I finish on? Eddy, because Eddy finishes on a song and I've got some songs. I just thought that'd be funny.
It's raining again. I couldn't be happier.
Jackie sent tippies. Keep on keeping on, Scott.
Big ups. Thank you,
We
Jackie.
love YA.
Thank
Super
you.
Chuffer owes 5 hugs.
So yeah, we're going to be back on in an hour and a half. That's the plan. Back on in an hour and a half. So I just need to pick a fucking song. All right. This one.
No, sit properly like you're gonna mean it, like you mean it. Hey, you unbelieving kuffar bastards. I'm gonna tell you no.
Big ups.
What? What's with the gun?
Big ups, your mints.
See what you need to know is what I was told by my dad. Shut up and listen when he's talking to me. He's got a PhD telling me shut the fuck up, son. I got a PhD shutting the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, son. Wait till the mom comes. Not mine, my problem now is getting out. Getting away, it's getting old. I'll count to 3. See what his dad taught him. I'm never teaching anyone again. It's the pain of my elders and the better. Pay our last respect to the grave. Where lays my love to this day? Getting away. And if you knew it was making that noise, why don't you stop? Get it all out. Put it away. And if you knew I was breaking my toys, why don't you stay? Throw them all out. By them again. Wait till the mom comes.